Sorry, I've got my cat down by the side of me. She's
You
rolling
can.
around the floor.
Okay, I think we are live here. Hello, everyone in the chat. Welcome to a new episode of the Disgustingly Resilient Podcast live event recap. You're joined by myself here. Let us know about volume levels, and you're also joined by Death Guard Dave. Say hi, Dave.
Hey everybody, how are you doing this evening?
Hopefully, everyone's having a good evening. It's
You
actually
are?
nice and cool tonight. It's not as warm as it has been, so a great night to pick to do this. But yeah, as soon as we get sort of audio checks from the listeners, how's it sounded on your end, editor Nat? All good? All good on her end? Dave, say something appropriately nurgly so we can audio check you. Just wait for that to come through because there's a second
Or
delay.
um, League for the Plague God. So let's hope we make everyone sick and unwell in this place.
Everyone likes being sick.
Of
But
course they
yeah,
do. A few people already said they were feeling unwell tonight, so they just thought what they needed to get over that was more sickness.
that is true. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to help spread that sickness by going over a recent event that I attended on this Saturday. So I, on the weekend, went to a 56-player RTT, which is bloody big for an
It's a,
RTT.
it's a GT, yeah.
Yeah, some of the people in Discord were like, "You get 56 players at an RTT. That's like a major for us over here." And I'm just like, "Yeah, it's the UK. We're all mental. We just
Yep.
jump in the car." Oh, that's and Diz. Thank you for becoming a member for 6 months, mate. I massively appreciate it, man. But yeah,
Yeah, excellent.
oh, we need to do our shilling. Remember, we have to shill, Dave. That's important. So,
Oh, yeah,
um,
yeah, we absolutely do. You're right. Yeah.
yeah. So do you know what's
So
better than winning an RTT, Dave?
I think liking, subscribing, and commenting is.
Liking and subscribing and commenting is just as powerful and invigorating as winning an RTT. So
It absolutely is.
if you are tuning in, maybe it's your first time, welcome to the channel. If you're not, please leave a like, comments, engage in the chat, subscribe, blah blah blah. But yeah, we massively appreciate it, and we are growing. Like I said, we hit the 5k subs we episode today. But anyway, let's get into some of the juicy bits that people are here for. So. I attended the 56-player RTT, Bring the Ruckus, hosted by Stonehammer, Team Stonehammer, which Will is one of the members of Team Stonehammer. He was actually running this event. No, he doesn't judge for me. I'm not allowed. I have to get the other judge.
And you won.
Makes you think, doesn't it? But I've been attending Stonehammer events even before we did this channel. So, and again, like I said, Will doesn't do my judge rulings on this one. Dan, the other fella, does it to help keep it fair.
Yeah.
If anything, Will actually calls me out on dumb shit and gives my opponent tips and advice, which is always
That,
fun.
that sounds like it. Yeah.
But yeah, so we tennis, like I said, 56 players, which is extremely high for an RTT. Kirby, get out from under the desk. I apologise, everyone. The pooch is under the desk and he is hunting down. I think. What are you after? Get out of there.
For anyone who doesn't know, that's not like a nurgling or something. That's Aiden's
Yeah,
dog.
it's my dog, and he's being a little bugger right now. He's like under the table, grabbing stuff. Go on out of there, you. Right, go on.
Aiden, before you jump back into it,
Yes.
just want to say to Iron and Ceramite has just said in the chat that discovered us today and is enjoying the content so far. So just want to say a big welcome.
Oh, that's awesome.
Please delve in. There's 70 plus videos in the channel now. We cover everything from in-depth elements like this about how someone like Aiden's performed at one of the events to tactical playing of Death Guard, things you can use, the fundamentals all the way through to more advanced stuff, as well as podcast episodes and individual unit highlights. So welcome, and feel free to get involved.
Thanks for covering there, Dave, while I had to surgically remove a dog from under the desk. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through every game that I played here. Dave's here to ask his own questions. He's here to kind of watch the chat. So if you guys have questions, Dave will relate to me, because when I'm trying to focus, I'm trying to remember this event off the top of my head. I can get lost in the sauce sometimes. So, but feel free to leave any questions. Ask about the list. Ask about opponents' lists. Ask about like thoughts going into games, things like that. But yeah, let's get it sort of started. So. Dave is sort of covering
Aiden, if
the
you're like 45 minutes into turn one, then I will tell you to move on.
Yeah, that's fine. But my goals for this event, so Dave is covering it at the moment, but I'll just say what's behind it. It's just a single word. I have an event, a team event coming up soon, for like the first weekend of next month. So I'm trying to get some practice games in for that team's event, because I'm sort of, there's 5 people on the team. I want to get some more practice in for my Death Guard, find a list that I like. So this was a great idea for that. RTTs are great for just getting 3 games in on a weekend, so that's why we went and attended. Um, I actually set a goal to try and win this one. I was really not that you should ever go to an event expecting to win, but I was definitely going with a mindset of, right, I'm going to try and play as best as I can, take a good list that I'm really comfortable with, and do my best to try and get the gold medal at the end of it. Spoiler alert, may have got it. Also, it's a different terrain style here, so it's not UKTC, which is my standard that I play on. It's Glasshammer Gaming terrain. I'm actually coming around to liking this one probably more than UKTC. So
Virtual.
yeah, I don't know if it just suits me better. I just seem to play better on it. I think it's mainly just because the ruins have like the bases on them a lot of the time, which gives you like more angles to hide on.
Yeah.
Whereas UKT is very much just like L's and only L's. But it's different, and it's good to try different things and get used to different like strategies. You can use different boards. I wanted to practice tactical, so I've been playing a lot of tactical with this list. Not so much fixed anymore. I've moved more towards tactical style, and I wanted to practice that. So unless I came across a list that was like Tau or Knights, where it's like you'd be just dumb not to take fixed, I really wanted to be just trying tactical every game, seeing how the list ran with it, seeing how well it did. And then the last one was to maybe try and fight some orcs. I really wanted to try and fight some orcs because orcs are going to be a menace coming up. So it'd be nice to try and get a match in versus them. Unfortunately, that one didn't happen. But hey, there's always next Tuesday.
Absolutely. And just before you click on, Brandon Clark's been a member for 5 months and just asked, was there a player at the event that you dreaded to play? So maybe a list rather than a player, perhaps?
So I don't like any of the Necron lists, not because of the players. I just think Necrons are incredibly boring to face. No offense to any Necron players, like Canoptic Core is just not fun, and it gets my little salt drive going. So there was that. There was my boogeyman. So everyone understand when they say I have a boogeyman? You have a player like you always play and you always like dread playing because for some reason you just like tilt or play crap against them. One of them was at the event. Well, the one. This is David Irvin, who is a person that got me into competitive 40k. The reason he's my boogeyman is because I basically used to play at Games Workshop. He came along with his competitive list. I had no idea what competitive Warhammer was. And he tabled me before I even got a turn when I was playing Demons, and he brought 3 flying Tau Tiger Sharks.
Of course.
And for some reason, Dave, that got me into competitive play. I was like, that was fun. Yay.
Yep.
So that happened. So he was at the event. So that's 1 out of 56 players, which I really didn't want to play. Plus, there was quite a few Necron lists, like I said. But part of that, not super worried. I feel fairly comfortable. A lot of 4 of my teammates are at this event. Here we get out from under there. The team event that I've got coming up, I've got Sam Boardman, who is one of the teammates. We have Andy Quascohan, I think it is pronounced. He's at this event as well on my team. And then we also had Matt Charles, who's a Blue Angel player, who's also on my team. So we're all at this event, sort of getting reps in for the teams. So kind of don't want to play your teammates because you're all there to try and practice against other things. But but not that I dreaded playing them. I didn't want to play them. It was just like they're my teammates coming up. I don't want to practice against them. I want to play against other people.
So would you say the event had a quite a high bar, quite a good standard?
There was definitely some skilled players up there. So Sam Boardman's in the chat here. Hey Sam, how you doing? Definitely quite a good few really skilled players there. We had a few, don't worry, we had a few people that are clearly just there for an RTT for 3 games, but there was definitely good competition in general, and that's that's always good to have. It's good. So I don't want too easy an event, don't want too hard an event. So I think this was a nice balance, nice couple of decent names, couple of big names, no major names. Like don't worry, you're not gonna have like the likes of bloody Josh Roberts driving down for an RTT randomly, but. Still some really well-known names local to us that are, quite scary to see come up against us.
Yeah.
But to answer the question, Brandon, the boogeyman for me would definitely be David Irvin, because, the guy beat my ass so bad when I got first into the game, and it's a scary game. Thank you very much, Laser Chicken, for the gifted membership. The person that just got a membership, if you check the community tab on the YouTube page, you can find a link to our Discord. You can join that, join the conversation, join in giveaways, of which... Speaking of giveaways, Dave, before we go on, do you want to mention what we're going to be doing after Game 2 recap?
Yeah, so after Game 2, as members here will have seen in the community tab, I posted that there was a chance to win Typhus, a fully painted model quite a nice one, which I will be sending out to the winner of that competition. So I asked Aiden to choose a winner from the comments, which was the question was, what is Typhus's go-to karaoke track? So thanks to everybody who entered. We got loads of really good answers. Aiden's chosen the winner. After game two, we'll be telling who that is. We'll then ask that person to send me or us on here your address, where you are, and I will get that shipped out to you this week.
Excellent. So yeah, so look forward to that one, guys. Greetings from Portugal, Aiden and chat. I'm going to pronounce it right. Num Telegao. Welcome to the chat, mate. Welcome to the channel. Glad to see you here, mate. My boogeyman named Tim, my first tournament, he taught me how to lose to Space Wolf Dreadnought spam. Exactly, your boogeyman's the always one that gets you first. So let's go into my list. Let's have a look what we took. So it's sort of like my bread and butter at the moment, Dave. I'm just going to scoot you on this screen here, just to the side to join me, so everyone can see the list. So you're now next to me on the stream. So I took Typhus. Again, Dave, do we need to talk about Typhus anymore?
We don't need to talk about Typhus. No.
80 points, you take Typhus. Typhus is really good. We have the classic Biologist Putrefier plus Foul Blightspawn combo, and guesses where they're going to join to. We have a Lord of Virulence, who I actually been really enjoying at the moment. I think he's great in Death Shroud. Great if you bring in Plague Bus Crawlers, of which we have 3 other things. 2 Malignant Plaguecasters. Yes, we brought the Plague Bus. The Plague Bus rides again. Plague Bus quickly becoming one of my favourite units in the game.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to play with the Plague Bus. So yeah, we brought 2 of those guys. We have a big squad of 10 Plague Marines. Now I haven't put it here, but I have kitted them out to be a mixture of shooting and melee. So I have 4 heavy plague weapons, plus the Sergeant has one as well for 5. We have Plasma Gun on the Sergeant, then we have 2 anti-infantry 2+ flamers, Plague Spewers. We have 2 Melter Guns and a Polite Launch. So I like to go for the hybrid approach. I like guns and melee, not just commit to one or the other. Then we have 2 small squads of Plague Marines, each rocking 3 heavy plague weapons, Plasma Gun, Melter Gun, and a Plague Spewer. These guys are putting more than enough weight, really being sold on MSG Plague Marines. They're great. 2 units, 10 cultists, great scoring potential, scout, boil blight tricks that you can do with it. Just really nice to have something that's like throwaway. Don't have to worry too much, but he's also spreading contagion.
Yeah, nice.
6 Death Shroud Terminators, Dave, your absolute favourite unit in the game.
Absolutely. I'd like to think that since we've kind of been involved together, so I think when I joined and met you first, you guys were running 3s, so I'm really pleased that you've stepped up to 6 now as a staple in your list.
Yeah, so normally I would be running 2 times 3. I've been liking the 6 because the amount of one activation kills you can do on units. We're worried about boys at the moment, worried about these large squads of like Death Company and things like that. I just want a unit that can come down and just like obliterate like 3/4 of that squad off the bat. And maybe it does, we'll see. But yeah, really enjoying them at the moment. Brandon Clark. Nurglings are pure Death Guard.
Read the law.
On Mortarian's model, what are there? Nurglings. On the Plague Champion model, what are there? Nurglings. Does Mortarian have a War Dog on his model? No, Brandon Clark. No. We have 2 Chaos Rhinos. Rhinos just fantastic utility. Always play with Rhinos if you take Plague Marines. I would never ever footstock a Plague Marine squad in my life after playing with Rhinos. They're just too important.
And also the combi weapon, the habit launcher, etc. can do those extra just individual bits of wounds that you sometimes just need.
This is where we're going to get in a fight, Dave. I am not a believer of the combi weapon. I am a believer of double combi bolter. I like my A-bolt gunshots.
I've too many times rolled the 6 and just plinked off the last with a dev wound off something and just killed it. Like I can't give it up. But I totally get where you're coming from. That's
fair. I don't think anyone's ever going to lose a game because you took a combi bolter over a combi weapon. That's Sundays. I like 2 times 3 dash because I get 2 chances to fail a 9-inch charge.
Absolutely, that's the best reason.
That's pretty accurate. We've got 2 bloke drones rocking spitters. Again, the flamers are fantastic. Love having the spitters on them. At 90 points, Dave, you just can't really go wrong, can you?
So good. No, the speed, the durability, the 2d6, 2 anti-infantry, just amazing.
Exactly. So I just love having 2 of them in. If you lose them, it's not a big deal. They're only 90 points, but they often require more than 90 points investment to put down, which is really nice. And we got the triple Plague Burst Crawler. Anyone that knows me knows I love Plague Burst Crawlers. I will never not play a Plague Burst Crawler. I love Indirect as a tool. I love how tanky they are. And I actually went 2 entropys, 1 spitter this time.
That's just what I was going to comment on. Yeah, interesting. Looking forward to seeing how that played out.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about running to tanks and kind of was already mullering infantry. So I was like 2 inch. And honestly, you know this, Dave. That was an accident at first. I actually meant to put in 2 spitters, 1 entropy. And then list got locked and I was like, oh no. But so you know what? It's an excuse to try it out. And you know what? Not bad. Not bad. Didn't miss the second spitters, but didn't particularly. But didn't particularly like get anything too much out of the extra entropy. It was kind of like a null. It was kind of like a wash.
Yeah, like you said, you've got a lot of anti-infantry in the rest of the list in different places, so it doesn't hurt to have that on there.
Exactly. And then, yes, as pointed out, we have a single unit of Nurglings because I had 40 points spare in my list. There's nothing else I could have bought. Please don't judge me, Brandon. Don't judge me.
Hey, before you move on, any enhancements? Or was that
no,
a 40,
I actually got bang on. I got bang on 2k, so no droning this time. But yeah, so this is what we took. And before the event in the UK, we get to know our first round pairing a couple days early, so you have time to prepare. So I actually had Dark Angels Ironstorm, Dave. Yeah, Dark Angels Ironstorm list, and it was lots of tanks. Me and you would talk about it in the chat.
Well, yeah.
We were a bit worried. Ironstorm's not exactly a great matchup for Death Guard. In my opinion, but the table's quite dense, which is pretty good. So me and Dave are talking back and forth, coming up with plans how to play this mission out. We think we came up with a really solid plan, didn't we? Which we'll hopefully see executed in a second. Really useful. Brandon Clatty's PBC with Spitters, more deep strike protection. Yes, so that the one that I had often just sat on home objective and was like, yeah, try and deep strike near me. So yeah, it's great for deep strike protection. So yeah, we're ready for this Ironstorm. We show up to the event. We walk in. My boogeyman, David Irvin, give me a lift there. Thank you very much, David. I massively appreciate it. So walk in the door, and he comes up to me and says, "Your opponent's dropped, Aiden." Oh. Cool.
No.
Guess that's the thing. You've been repaired. Oh, cool. Who you been repaired into?
What'd you get?
Brilliant. David Irvin. Boogeyman.
Amazing.
And he'd been preparing for the 150 orc boy list that he was supposed to face, and he got repaired into me. And we just kind of looked at each other like, seriously, bro? So, yeah, we're playing against a Blood Angels Firestorm list. So this is the one that gives them assault weapons, so they can all advance and shoot. Christopher Latta coming in with the 10 gifted sub memberships. Massively
Guys,
appreciate it.
If you got one of those, please do thank Christopher for that.
Yeah, make sure to always say thanks to Mr. Strongboy there. Again, Strongboy, this is the fellow that recently did a charity event raising money for care workers up in Canada. And he raised like $3,000 or something like that, like
That's
quite
amazing.
a lot of money, which was really impressive. So thank you so much for the support there, mate, and a shout out to you, sir. If you say thank you if you got a membership from him. Go check out the community tab, join the Discord, get involved, and yeah, reap the benefits you have been gifted, just like a nice plague. So David Irvin. So what's he brought? So we've got a Sanguinor, we've got Tycho the Lost, who gives a squad of Death Company advance and charge passively, which is really good.
Yeah, really good.
Lamartis giving a squad of Death Company -1 damage taken, +1 to wound and lethal hits, I think it is, which is again really good.
Yep.
We've got a champion with the ignore modifiers enhancement, so no minus in damage against that unit, no minuses to hit. That thing's always going to hit really hard. Yeah. The Sanguinor is really interesting. Do you know what the Sanguinor does, Dave?
No, I'm not. I've never really had it. I've seen it on the table, but it's never really got to a point of doing anything.
Yeah, so it stays in reserves, and at the end of your opponent's charge phase, so our charge phase is the opponent, he can just place it into combat. It's like deep strike into combat, into engagement range, and he has fights first with 8 attacks at AP3 and damage 2. It's a hell of a drug. So that guy's quite scary. But yeah, then he's got some scoring units, sort of some infiltrators to deny deep strike, which is really nice. 2 units of 5 scouts to play out his, secondary plan. And then obviously here comes the damage. 2 units of 10 Death Company, no jump packs on these guys. Power Fists and Infernal Pistols. What
Okay.
makes these guys so good, Dave, is that the second they lose a single model, they get sustained hits 1. If they lose half the squad, they get sustained hits 2. And
Ooh.
as of recent ruling by GW, if you use Fight on Death and your squad gets wiped, you count as being at the destroyed level, so they'll all have sustained hits 2 when they fight on death, with full rerolls
Wow.
to hit because of Black Rage. So
Nasty.
one of them runs into 10 Plague Marines with fights first. Doesn't even matter that you fight first. You kill them, they kill you.
Yeah.
So real scary. Then we've got 10 of the jump variety. So these guys don't get the sustained hits, but these guys get reroll charges. They're obviously much faster naturally because of the movement speed. Again, Power Fists and Melter Pistols, Inferno Pistols and Melter Pistols. And bear in mind, all these pistols are assault, so you can move, advance, and shoot.
So they can do their actions, but they can also get right up in your face, shoot you, and
Yeah.
then charge you.
They're all +1 strength as well within 12, so all these Melter Pistols are +1 strength, which is really good for them. He has access to like +1 to wound in close combat stratagems, things like that, so it's really, really good. Then he's also brought alongside a Rhino. So we've got a Rhino here for these fellas to ride along in. So 10 Death Company are going to go inside the Rhino. We've got a Land Raider Redeemer, one of my most dreaded models to face. I hate that thing.
Yeah.
It's super scary. Overwatch Flamers.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying indeed. 3 Plasma Inceptors for the 3-inch deep strikey goodness. I also damage 3 Plasma. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a Calidus Assassin to be annoying and score points.
Yeah. And basically just to be really annoying.
Yeah, it is quite annoying. So, we are playing, I believe this was a Purge the Foe. So, I'm going to move you back over here, Dave.
Okay. Nice.
On here. So, anyone hasn't tuned in for one of these before, basically, we have little tokens to represent the units. We have the board here. We're going to talk about everything moving around, decisions that were made, and basically try and reenact the game. Now, do bear in mind this is all off memory, so it's a little hard for me to sort of remember everything perfectly, so you'll get a rough representation of what happened. Sometimes my opponents appear in the chat and will be like, oh, remember this happened, and I'm like, yeah, thank you. So we'll see how that goes, but I find it's a pretty cool way to sort of visually display what happened in the game, and people seem to enjoy it and give good feedback on it, so hopefully you enjoy it, and if you do, remember, like and subscribe.
Nice.
Nice. So we are playing Purge the Foe here. So it is the one where we want to hold one,
Kill.
one, hold more, kill more.
Yeah, brilliant.
So we are
Something which as Death Guard we often like to see, right?
yes, we quite like this, especially if I brought Drill PBC, which
Exactly.
So we are obviously going to first things first. We are going to declare our reserves. So we're going to put our reserves at the top here. So we're going to have Typhus in reserves, unit of Nurglings in reserves. The Death Shroud are going to be in reserves, and they're accompanied by the Lord of Virulence. Then we have everything else is going to start on the board, which we're quite happy with. So all those guys are in reserve. So
And you're playing tactical, right, Aiden?
I am playing tactical, yes. So I'm going to play
Cool.
tactical in this one. My opponent is also playing tactical in this one.
Okay, great.
So Nurglin's going in reserves. There's no real reason for them to need to be on the board at this point. I just really need to quickly just do this into the back because that's going to disappear in a second. It's just annoying things, and you go to the back. There we go. So I will unfortunately have to do that with every single thing, which is a bit annoying. Apologies. So we're deploying. So initial thoughts on this day. What do you reckon? How's the matchup looking list-wise?
Yeah, I mean the rain. I mean he hasn't got any major tanks, so the dense terrain doesn't really help us as much as we thought it was going to with the Dark Angels list. And he's got basically a lot of units, and a lot of movement. So he looks like he could be springing between cover quite easily.
Yeah, so it's quite scary. Obviously, there's lots of staging points on this map. I just forgot to remember he's put Sanguinor and Inceptors in reserves as per standard. So we are outnumbering him. That is my initial assessment. We have more units than he does. He's quite sparse on his units. All his damage is really in 4 units here. It's the Triple Death Company and the Redeemer, pretty much. Outside of that, there's not too much damage. Not scared about Infiltrators, don't care about Scouts. Inceptors kind of do the one thing and then that's it.
Yeah, they always die afterwards.
Yeah, Sanguinor's kind of scary because you can do that trick, so we just got to bear that in mind. But part of that, we can, because we've got quite a few MSU squads as well, this is, going to help us sort of outnumber and sort of win trades. So this is a reenactment of how the game went, Carl Black. So this event happened on Saturday. This is sort of like my way of like showing you guys how the battle went, my thoughts, why I did certain things. So we start deploying, and we basically, first things first, because we haven't got any infiltrators, we don't really care about that. I'm just going to put down a real simple drop, which is the Plague Spitter, Plague Buzz Crawler,
Yeah.
and it just sits right there at home. It's always an easy drop. Again, I'm not scared of shooting in this matchup. I ain't got anything long range. It's just a really safe drop. It was always going to go there. It doesn't give my opponent too much information.
Yeah, gives away nothing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's also got his 10 jump pack Def Company in reserves. So
Okay.
he's going to put a unit of scouts just on this objective behind this wall. Make him a little bit smaller. So it's going to go there. Then in my second drop, I'm actually going to put a Plague Bus Crawler here. So the reason I do this is if the Land Raider, there's only really one place it can deploy, which is like up here. If it's up here, it's a bit out of the way. If it's here, it's definitely out of the way. So it's chances are it's going to try and come barreling down the middle to stop the middle and my home objective. So by putting an entropy cannon 1 here, we just have line of sight all the way down the middle. And again, we're not going to get turn 1 charged realistically here. We did pre-measure it, make sure it's like out of 12. So we can't get turn 1 charged, even with advancing charge. And again, scouts, I don't really care about scouts. So he's happy there. So then our opponent drops their second unit of scouts, and they're going to drop them in this building here. Makes sense, you know, it's a solid choice. We're going to answer that with a unit of cultists, just there on the line. We're going to use our scout move. If we go second, we can just tuck into the L. If we get first, we can go beyond the L and maybe make an aggressive play turn 1. But just being this L is a really nice staging point, because it means at any point we can spring out here and just out OC something and primary. So these guys are just going to go on the line here. Then opponent is going to drop down the Rhino, which is going to just sit here, so we're a little smaller. That's got the Tycho and 10 Def Company in it, so that's the Advance and Charge squad. So can actually move quite fast, can easily get to his objective here, but can't get to the Plague Bus Crawler. We again asked him, measured it out. Always ask, always check these things.
And you know he's doing nothing turn 1 coming out of that Rhino.
Yeah, exactly. So not too worried about that. So we go for the next drop. So we get a Plague Bus Crawler, and we're going to put it just at the top here. Again, we're talking about this line of sight down here. If he wants to put his thing there, we're free to move up here and get angles down. We can also use the OC onto this point. But again, we're not scared of any shooting, so we can even stick our head out a bit. We're not scared of shooting. So I'll Plague Bus Crawl up here again. So triple Plague Bus Crawls down at the moment, having a good time. My opponent then props the Redeemer. Yeah, goes exactly where I thought it would go. It's kind of the only place it could go, really, to be fair to him. So Redeemer goes down, happy days with that. So none of the Redeemers here. We actually put a bloat drone right on the line here. This bloat drone is going to be great for harassing this objective here and initiating the first trade. As we said before, 90 points is not much to throw away. So worst case scenario, this goes here. The Rhino gets contents out and charges it. Bloat drone dies and we can react to that. Scouts aren't going to hurt it. And if we get first turn, there's also a chance we can sneak our little guns around this corner and spray.
Yeah,
so he's going to go there. Opponent just puts infiltrators on home. Makes sense. Real easy drop.
Sure.
Then the next one we have is, because then it's just all me dropping because there's like barely any drops. So we don't put rhinos on the line because there is a chance this thing just flat outs to here, gets out and makes like a 9-inch charge into the Rhino. Why risk it? We don't need that risk. So we play a little bit back, and the second one. So the top one has the Playcasters in it. The bottom one has the 2 10-mans in it. We play a little cagey because again this is only hold 1, hold more, kill 1, kill more. We don't need to try and hold 3. We need to just make sure he doesn't hold 3. And then last but not least, we put a scout unit down here, basically just so that if we get investigate signals turn 1, we can go way and run back here and just score it. You gotta do what you gotta do to score some points sometimes.
Exactly.
And then we put another bloat drone up here, same again. We can just get to this point if we want to, and have a good time that way. So these guys are on reserves. Those are on the Rhinos, and the assassin goes like there because it's just gonna go uppy downy anyway. as per usual,
as they do.
Yeah, as they do. So I actually end up getting first turn on this one, which isn't always great on kill 1 and kill more because you don't know how much you need to kill to beat them. Person going second has the information, but at the same time, we're not too worried about that because there's some things that we can do with that. So we do our scouts first. We're going to push this cultist unit up here. This cultist unit basically just stays still because again I need it to go back in case I get investigate signals. They're just there to sort of hold home in case I want to get aggressive. my opponent, he's umming and ahhing what to do with his scouts. So basically, he either, and this is the bit where he's caught in a bit of a trap, he either
Yeah.
goes backwards onto the back of the point, in which case Spitty can come here and get an angle and shoot,
Definitely an angle. Yeah.
or he comes straight to the wall to avoid Spitty, but Spitty with an advance can potentially get
Exactly.
contagion range.
Yeah.
We took -1 save, by the way, guys, because -1
Okay,
save
yeah.
just, wrecks Marines. So he decides to commit to the wall, doesn't want to get sprayed. And this squad here falls back a little bit with his scout moves. So
he moves off of the objective.
yeah, he moves off of the objective there.
Yeah.
So first turn comes along, and I get like 2 dead cards. Unfortunately, I didn't actually keep score of these games, so I don't have the things. But I know first turn I got assassinate, and I think like capture enemy outpost, which is like 0 points. Cool.
In turn 1, it's like sometimes it's a blessing to get the 2 worst cards out the way when that draw, if it flops that way.
Yeah, I'd like to have assassinate later on, but at least I'm going to get a command point for this. So
Exactly. That's what I mean.
I'm playing my first turn knowing I'm going to have 2 command points for his turn. So that's
a nice thing.
That is nice. So first thing first, we roll an advance on these cultists. We managed to actually get like a 5 or a 6, and we managed to just pip contagion range onto these scouts, which is really nice. We move this bloat drone up, and we keep off because I don't think we can make it on to this point here. And then this bloat drone does an advance, manages to get nicely to the wall again. So we've got 2 units of scouts in contagion range, which is really nice. The rhinos don't really do much. They just kind of like shuffle a little bit. Again, we're not super worried. We didn't get investigate signals, so the cultists are staying still. All 3 plague bus calls don't move at all. I wonder why.
What might you be about to do?
I do wonder, sir.
Like you said, there's no point pushing rhinos out because you don't need to hold 3, and there's no point giving him charges.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just like, you know what, we'll let it be as be. So we shoot we drop a cheeky 1 command point boil blight onto this top unit of scouts here. So this unit of scouts is now going to be -1 save because of contagion. My plague burst crawls are going to be hitting on freeze even with indirect, and they're going to ignore the cover, so they're going to be effective with the AP2. So scouts can have a 6-up save. The first plague burst crawl fires rolls
And -1 toughness.
Yeah, and -1 toughness, so the wounded on 2s. Anyway, but still. First plague burst crawl fires 6 on the dice, Dave.
Yeah.
So flat 10 shots, they connect, boom, instantly, one tapped. So happy with that, which means that other 2 fire into this scout squad here, and we get some average rolls. But when you're saving on like 5s and 6s, it's just not enough. And boom, we actually get rid of both units of scouts.
Yeah, even average rolls on just getting average rolls on 2 play best callers picks up scouts. No worries.
So yeah, exactly. The 4-up save plus the -1 contagion really hurts. What are the green triangle shape type things on the map? These things here, they're like the forests. I still don't know what they do. They're kind of
Green
pointless.
triangle.
I think I mean these. I don't know. I think I mean these. Rectangle.
The only triangles on the I mean that if that's what you meant. You meant rectangle. Yeah.
They're forests. They don't.
They're like forests. Yeah.
No one really cares. I'll be honest. But at this point, we are happy. We have got. We've killed 2 really important scoring units just with the indirect. And because he doesn't have many units in his list, that's going to be really hard for him to start playing tactical now. He's obviously got Assassin, which is really good at it, but it starts to take its toll. But yeah, that's always what I'm looking for turn 1 with Playbus Scrolls, is to try and remove scoring units. Not only that, we've got two objectives with units on it, one with cultists and one with bloat drone. Now what I'll say is these cultists are actually positioned as much against this wall as possible, flat against it, so that if the Redeemer wants to come around and burn them, he has to like come upwards. It just means it's longer, and he basically has to give up movement to go and burn them. Nice. So we're okay with that. So my opponent gets his turn. I think he drew. Honestly, I can't remember what he drew. But I know what he wants to do. So he uppies the assassin girl, and then I think he ends up just downing in I think he might have home or something just like in here. The Rhino gets out the 10 squad, 10-man squad of foot guys with the advance and charge, and he gets all the way down to here. Now he's just outside of pistol range of this bloat drone. Thank Christ. I think he gets like 1 shot, if that is like 6 inches away, so it's like 1-2 guys can shoot.
Has he got someone that side of one side of the wall?
At the moment, no. So he's all on this side of the wall at the
Okay.
moment. But the walls on this terrain, and because of how tall the block drone is, you can actually see the propeller through the top
Oh, what?
window.
They're not playing UKTC.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything's ruined. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, cool.
yeah. So they're going to maybe get a melter shot, but it's not too worrying. So
Yeah,
this Land Raider here, he was measuring it. He was doing proper measurement. Massive respect to him for doing proper, pivoting and everything with the Land Raider.
everything and everything. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good.
And
That's
it,
respect.
it got like an inch questionable of whether he could see this unit or not. But because he's Firestorm, we just said, fuck it, I'll just roll the advance. Because everything's assault, so we can do that anyway.
Yeah.
So he goes whoop down here. This Land Raider gets to here and can see all the cultists there.
Sure.
Everything else is staying reserves. But there's 10 guys inside this Land Raider here. It's more like that, to be honest. Poking its guns around. It has got its ass, because it's quite a long model. Its ass is really, it's actually a really big model, so it's more like that.
Yeah.
It's just touching this middle objective here, so he is holding it, and he basically burns the end cultist there, like you can see.
Yeah, of course.
Land Raider Redeemer versus 10 cultists. Don't need to explain to you what happens there.
Don't roll it, mate. Yep.
Turns out that hurts quite a lot.
Yeah.
Down here, interesting. So, no damage from the shooting. He goes for the charge. Now, what he wants to do is he wants to roll a low enough charge that he can just charge with a couple models to base the front of the Broke drone, kill it, and then consolidate back through the wall to be safe from shooting. So he doesn't actually want a massive charge. He wants like a 5 or a 6 inch charge.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, in doing so, that will reduce his output because he doesn't want everyone to get in. Because again, if he fully surrounds it, we measure there's no way he can get back through the walls, which is quite scary.
Yeah, absolutely. He's totally screwed.
Yeah. 100 viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Again,
yeah.
leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing. And James Wilson, hey buddy, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the congratulations. These fellas here, he decides to go for the charge. He's like, you know, I've got to go for it. I need to kill this bloke drone. So he comes in, he makes a charge. And an interesting thing is he's Firestorm, so he's not getting the +2 strength from the charge, Dave. So he's actually only strength 8. And what is our toughness our bloke drone?
It's 2-9.
It is, which means he needs 5s to wound. If he was in Sons of Sanguinius, he'd be strength 10, he needs 3s to wound. And you could +1 to wound in that strat, in that attachment, for wound it on 2s. Now he does have +1 to wound strat, and he does use it to wound it on 4s.
Okay.
He only rolled a 6 on the charge, which is good in a way, bad in
For
another.
him, yeah.
So he definitely can kill this and get back through the wall.
Get back.
But he's
But has he
only
got help with the killer?
he's only got about four guys in combat with it. And I won't lie, he hits pretty well because obviously the full hit rerolls because of Death Company, but the 4s to wound fail him big time. He only lands about 4 wounds, I think.
And they were power fist, right?
Power fist, yes, only damage 2.
Damage 2, yeah.
So this bloke drone manages to make an immortal 2 as well. He only ends up taking I think he takes either 6 or 4 damage. So the bloke drone actually gets away with living here, which is pretty big. Not only because the bloke drone is alive, that's great, but what does it also mean happens here, Dave, because of the mission?
It also means that he hasn't killed, and there's also something else. And Aiden, what's the ability of the bloke drone?
Fall back, shoot, and charge, Dave.
Oh dear. So not only is he not killed,
But he's got a kill because the cult is.
yeah, but he hasn't killed. He hasn't killed. He hasn't equaled your kill, which means you're getting kill more.
Yes.
And he's stuck. He's in a place where you're going to be able to fall back, shoot, and charge.
Yes, and because he hasn't killed it, he can't consolidate. So these Marines are stuck on this side of the wall, which is not great for him. So I will say unlucky on David's part there. It's not that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, if he died, I'm still okay with that because this PBC was going to drive over, do the contagion range thing on it, etc.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is a dice game sometimes.
It seems to happen. Yeah.
Then something else happened, Dave. It comes back to my turn. It turns out Def Company have a rule that says they're OC0 unless a chaplain is within 12 inches of them. There is no chaplain. Tycho Ross is not a chaplain. So actually, this bloke drone not only lived, he holds the objective and infects it.
As well. Wow.
Which is actually pretty fucking
God.
wild.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
So, and now if you can... unfortunately, I didn't touch this objective for some daft reason. I don't know why I didn't. Because I was worried about giving 12 of them force. I don't know why I didn't take. I should have just took it because then I'd have held more as well. But having this here is still really nice. So
really good, yeah.
Happy with that. So with decision time now, I know again I struggled through all my things. I know I got cleanse and tempting target this turn, and I know 100% the tempting target he picked was the middle. Guess why, Dave?
Because there's a Land Raider Redeemer sat on it.
Yeah, just a bit, just a bit. Oh, sorry. Last turn, these guys actually moved up here. I screwed off. Investigate signals. These were here in this corner. But if I need to investigate from turn 2 onwards, I can obviously just do it with like Nurglings or something. So I
Yeah,
don't
of
need
course.
to keep that.
Yeah.
So, I need to get tempting target. And I need to cleanse. So what we actually do is I want to. This weird thing here where I need to prioritize killing something, and to me, like these guys are way killable. Easily
Yeah.
kill. This thing needs to die though. I can't have this thing live. It is horrendously scary. So what we actually do is we decide we're actually going to commit to killing this, and these guys will be like the secondary target. So bloat drone falls back, and he just like nips like round to here or something like that. He's like here.
Okay.
Again, they're OC0, don't do anything. So he's just going to do some spray shooty things.
Of course, you've sticky that objective in your command phase.
I could have cleansed. I could have cleansed on this here, but I'm an idiot. And I kind of wanted to not stay in combat, because if I stayed in combat, and I could have flown around and cleansed, but I don't think I actually had space because of movement and I can't fly over the wall. I can fly over them but not the wall. I think all I could get to is the top of this, and I think he had guys there, so I couldn't do it without being engagement range.
And I guess also, if you needed maybe 1 or 2 wounds of it, you've probably got the arse of that Land Raider within 12, right? To have an option of also chucking the shooting into that if you desperately want to do it.
Yeah. So now my opponent knows that. So we looked at it, and bear in mind you don't have to disembark as soon as you finish moving the Rhino. Okay. So what we do is we look at it. The 10-man Rhino, we drive to like here. And I can get out enough Marines to get one single dude onto the objective here.
Okay.
OC2 versus,
OC5?
Versus OC5. Not going to take it.
No.
So I'm like, okay, alright. We're going to drive this one with a dual caster up to here. Bloat drone comes forward again. Now the bloat drone manages to move because it's nice and fast, and we get the contagion range onto the Redeemer. So this Redeemer is now -1 save, and we are 100% going to boil blight it. This PVC can see because of the angle, because again we set it up. This PVC can see up because of the angle. He is within 24 of it as well, which is quite nice. What do you call it? This PVC's flamers, so we don't really care too much. That's just going to basically chill where it is and stay still.
Yeah.
So we know that I have tempting target. He knows I have tempting target. The only way I take this tempting target is if this cultist squad gets onto it. It's the only way. So this puts a dilemma on my opponent, which is if he overwatches anything early, the cultists are going to run out and score a tempting target, which is 5 points. Knowing this means we can force his hand a bit. He's either going to A, overwatch something and I'll get tempting target, or B, he holds it and I move the cultists as the very last thing and everything else gets out scot-free. So I want to pop a Land Raider. Do you know what the best thing to pop Land Raiders is, Dave?
Plague buffs.
Mortal wounds.
And
mortal wounds. Typhus drops him back here. Drops the cleanse on the objective because again he can cleanse and do his mortals. So it's within 18 of this Land Raider. We get out a 5-man unit of Plague Marines here, so I'll make it a bit smaller. Do you want to Overwatch? No, he says, because again it's 5 Plague Marines. It's not the worst thing in the world. So 5 Plague Marines go out. Then, knowing the cultists are back here, we get out the 10-man squad with just the one guy towing on here. Do you want to Overwatch, we ask, knowing the cultist can run out and score it if he does. He actually refuses. He actually would rather deny the points. Fair enough.
Okay. All right. I'm really surprised by that.
I was a bit, but I get it. Did I want to deny 5 VP? So the cultists move in advance. I think I actually do it the other way around. I think I move in advance them first, and they get absolutely toasted, and then I get out the 10-man. Yeah, because he would have overwatched 10, and that's what he said.
Of course he would,
yeah. But again, I
get
the
points. He's going to go in melee anyway, and then sit on the points. So.
Yeah, well, these guys can't charge because I got them out after moving the rhinos, which is something I've really started enjoying doing. I've really started just moving 12, get out free and shoot. So at this point, we've got Contagion on the Redeemer. We've got these guys get out to like here. We are within double grenade range here of the Redeemer.
Nice.
So this thing's about to eat like quite a bit.
And some more Typhus.
Now I'm debating bringing the Death Shroud down here and just trying to obliterate the squad here. But the Death Shroud kind of are also keeping in check the ranged unit. And so the jetpack unit. Because if they can drop down, I can do a little rapid ingress overwatch trick that I like to do. And at the moment, I'm like, let's not get greedy. So we got Cleanse going off here, and we're going to get Investigate Signals. Well, we were, and then it died, because Cultist died. Big sad. But there is still a chance we can get it by if this Land Raider goes bye-bye. So we go with when we shoot, we choose the priority, which is the no options choice. So mortal wounds are the most important thing. This is the toughest thing on the board. Is this Land Raider? I'm going to throw all the mortal wounds at it first. Another
Totally.
reason I do this, Dave, is because if I shot this thing at full health, armor of contempt in a 16 wound Land Raider is very, very good value.
Yeah.
If I can mortal wound this thing to like half health or below, it makes armor of contempt. They look at it a bit more like, do I want to do that?
It's much less attractive. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not getting as much value out of it. So Typhus goes first, rolls the mortal wounds, 5 mortal wounds, Dave.
Yeah. Come on, boy.
So it's down to 11, so that's real nice. Real happy with Typhus there. Plus he's getting his cleanse. Chad mode.
And there's just nothing nicer than you just explaining to your opponent that when you roll a 2 and then whatever you roll next and that's a 5 and you're like,
Yeah.
It's just 5 more wins.
Yeah, just take it. So then we pop our actual paid for grenade strap from the 5-man squad. We chuck that out. 4 mortal wounds, Dave. So that's
Big 9 so far.
big 9 mortal wounds taken so far on this thing. So he's down to 7 at this point. Now armor contempt's looking really not healthy. We pop the biologist putrefier grenade. 4 mortal wounds, Dave.
3 left.
Yeah. So he's basically on a death's door at this point. And this before a gun hasn't shot yet. A gun has not shot. So then I want to kill this thing real bad.
Yeah.
So I actually shoot the large plague marine squad because they got the lethal 5s.
Make it happen. Yeah, get it done.
Yeah. The first roll goes off with a melter gun. It's a 5.
Yep.
Lethal hit at AP 5.
Oh,
clean into that thing. Clean into that bad boy. He's a 6-up save because of cover. Doesn't make
Of course
it.
it does, yeah.
And then we roll the damage. I think I rolled like a 4. And it's just like gone. So the Land Raider goes bye-bye. And outside gets the 10-man Death Company Foot Marines. Now, they potentially... this also scores a tempting target because even though these guys get out, they're battle shocked because the vehicle's destroyed.
Yeah.
And I only have to score a tempting target at the end of the turn. So I'm going to get tempting target now. So that's even better for me. What's even worse for these guys is they have gotten out onto the objective. They're still within contagion range, Dave. And I haven't shot a single Plague Burst crawler yet, Dave. And guess what else I haven't spent yet?
You haven't fired the Plague Bus, all the Spewers,
or Boil Blight or anything. Now he does deploy to dodge
so
the
many
Plague Bus.
Things.
He dodges the Plague Bus, sadly.
He does. Did he manage to position them out line of sight?
He does play that well, to be fair to him. He can't dodge
to be
the
fair, though,
Spitter.
if he didn't, I mean, you've positioned it well enough that he could get hit by so many things anyway. Like, there's no way out of that, really. But
yeah. This Plague Drone can get shots off. I think, like, a Plasma Gun and the Spewers out of range of the squad. Yeah. But we've got 3 Plague Squads, haven't shot a single round yet. We dropped Boil Blight on this unit because obviously that's just great value. All the Plague Squads are going to hit on, some of them are hitting on 2s because you can see direct. And they're going to be ignoring cover at AP2. So we fire them off, and this combined with the Rhino shots and the Sprayer shots actually kill the entire 10-man squad. And all we leave is a chaplain alive on 2 wounds here. So that definitely is a good turn. Spitty here does shoot at these Death Company. I think he kills 1. He gets 4 shots. He doesn't have a good time, Spitty boy. But yeah, we're in a real happy position here.
Great play. Yeah.
Land Raider Redeemer's gone. A full 10-man unit plus chaplain is basically dead. And yeah, it was a bit brutal. Like, when you play against an army of just 3-up saves like this, and they have no invulns, -1 save is absolutely brutal. So, comes to my opponent's turn. My opponent's like, right, I need to do some damage now. All these guys move out into the front of Mr. Spitty here. They've got all the Inferno pistols ready to shoot him. I could overwatch it, but I'm just like, it's not going to kill him.
It doesn't matter now if and if you lose that now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. She got picked up at the end of the turn. So what happens is they pop down like this up here, because I think they've got Assassinate, so Typhus is looking pretty juicy to the Inceptors. Callus is just here like this.
Okay.
The Chaplain does not want to move, because if he does move him, I will overwatch that as a 2-wound Chaplain. I will happily kill that.
Get the free kill,
yeah, and he's and ahhing to bring his Death Company in with Lamatis, and he actually ends up doing it. And he comes in like very slim along this line here. and he wants to go for a charge into this Plague Bus Crawler to try and kill it. I think he's got to bring it down this turn. So this is looking tasty. This is looking tasty here. So totally get it. Let's bring it down assassination. I think he's got. So he shoots, and at this point, I'm not gonna lie, Typhus can die. Typhus has done his job, which was the hardest, toughest thing on this board.
That land raid.
Gone. Everything else I can kill. I can kill all. It's infantry. It's free up save. I'll kill it.
Yeah. Completely.
So I don't pop Cloud of Flyers or anything on Typhus. I let Typhus die. I do lose this point, but I'll still be holding like this, and this at this point. So pretty okay. So Typhus does go down there, which is kind of sad.
Okay.
I'm Legendary Mike, member for 6 months. Massively appreciate the support there, mate. That's meant half a fucking year. Jesus Christ. Good job, Aiden. Am I the only one that still runs Morty? No. Will runs Morty every so often. Like Death God Dave runs Morty. I'm not a Morty player. I'm just not very good with centerpiece models. I like to play MSUs. You can see lots of units that I like doing things with for trading reasons. It's just different play styles for different folks.
And as you can see, it works.
it does do some damage. So Typhus goes down. These Inferno pistols do end up popping Mr. Bloat Drone there, which is, it's okay, it's fine. Yeah. It's whatever it is. These guys, they roll it, and he rolls a 3 and like a 4. And the 4 was kind of cocked on the terrain, and I was like, it was clearly a 4, but I was just like, I don't worry about it, just re-roll it, mate. You need a 6 to get the chat. He rolls a fucking 6. Never let your opponent have a reroll for free. But no, it was fine, honestly. He does make it in, and a full definitely kills a Plague Bus Crawler. So we do lose a Plague Bus Crawler, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, it's not the worst. This squad is now here. We've got the 10-man here. We've got the Spitter Plague Bus Crawler here. Everything's on the board but the Sanguinor for him. So he does score well. He gets assassinated. He gets Bring It Down, which is really good for him. But he actually scores quite a bit this game because he's just passively scoring, and it's not hard to kill one and hold one. You can quite easily get that. So we come back to my turn. We move down the 10-man Plague Marine squad to come and deal with this Lamati's blob here. The Spitter Plague Bus Crawler drives over to come and obviously deal with them a bit more here. The Plague Bus drives right up to these Inceptors. Spoiler alert for what's about to happen to those guys. The Bloat Drone also floats on up. I'm just going to make the Inceptors a bit smaller here. And this Plague Bus Crawler just trundles over to here just in case. So we've got pretty good line of sight and stuff. This 5-man in the middle just sort of moves forward to sort of deal with this Chaplain, and the Rhino just drives forward here. And also, the Bloat Drone comes forward, and they go up there to help out with Assassin. So at this point, I'm like, okay, let's bring in the big boys. Now what we do is we drop them here with the Lord of Ruins at the bottom of the map, so the Lord of Ruins can see Lamati's squad, whilst also still's going to spray everything into this unit here. So quite happy with that. I think I'm bringing the Nurglings like here just because they had to come in. It's turn 3. I was like, just bring them in there, I guess. I didn't have anything to score for them. I was just like, I was behind enemy lines or something like that. So they came in there. They were just existing. Now, I've said to Dave before the stream, I see Death Guard as a shooting army at the moment. I do 90% of my damage output with shooting attacks, not melee. Melee is just a cleanup. As you've seen here, this has all been shooting so far. I haven't meleeed once this game. So the Plague Bus opens up on the Inceptors. If you've ever played with a Plague Bus...
Should we just, for those, because there's a couple of new people in the chat, should we just explain Plague Bus?
Yeah, so Plague Bus is basically a Rhino with 2 Malignant Plague Casters inside. I also don't join them, but they are accompanied by 2 5-man squads of Plague Marines, of which there's still 1 in there, bear in mind. And basically what it means is out of the top of your firing deck on your Rhino, you can fire 2d6 plus 6, strength 6, AP2, D3 damage shot flamers. Which you can then obviously make AP3 with Contagion, possibly AP4 with Contagion plus a command point. It's horrendous when it connects. It is grim.
Horrendous. Like the volume of shots can be absolutely horrendous if you roll pretty high.
And the AP4 flames at D3 damage is kind of stupid.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
So
if you take when you roll your hazardous check, damage goes on the Rhino.
David Urban in chat, the bus is bullshit. Yeah, it is a bit bullshit, Dave. I won't lie.
It is, it's true.
But yeah, they do manage to kill the Inceptors that were there. These 5 on Plague Marine squad managed to also pick up the Calidus Assassin that was there. Again, all shooting. This blow drone sprays this chaplain 2 wounds, kills him.
Nice.
And then down here we shoot at this squad. We get quite a chunk out of it. I think we kill like 4 or 5 of the Death Company, which is quite nice. We don't do as much damage as I'd like to it. The mortars have a bit of a whiff turn. This one kind of whiffs even with the +1 to hit. You get some decent, bit of luck on his saves, which is fair enough. He's had bad luck up to this point on his saves, so a bit comes around here. But this one here, remember how we infected the objective before with Spitty?
Oh dear, and they look like they're in range of it.
They do look like they're in range of an infected objective marker. And for those listening who don't know, we have a stratagem called Ferric Blight, which gives this Death Company squad here, or this Rhino has infected these guys, by the way, it's not that. It gives you +1 AP to your weapons. There's also a second part of that stratagem, Dave. What does it do?
Do you mean the... Sorry, I was just answering someone in chat. Did you say, what does the second part of it do if someone's in range of an infected objective marker?
Yes.
What do you mean it gets 2 AP?
Yeah. On critical wounds. So normally that's 6s to wound. But what does anti-infantry do?
Anti-infantry critically wounds, and with Death Shroud it critically wounds on a 4.
And I have a lot of rerolls for full rerolls.
Which means you reroll everything, yeah.
Yeah, so these flamers fire in at the Death Company, and these little strength 3 flamers on the wrists are now firing. The normal profile is strength 3 AP01 damage. In this instance, they're firing at wounding on 4s because of anti-infantry with full rerolls at AP3.
3.
This poor squad with Tycho takes a little bit of a hammering here. They take a lot of damage, so that they're not feeling great. Oh, I forgot these Rhino came down on stairs as well. These Rhinos, I don't remember Rhino-y stuff. But yeah, they basically slaughter this squad with just
James Wilson in chat just said, complains about Redeemer, proceeds to describe a worse version of the Redeemer.
Hey, mine has a 3-up save and toughness 9, it can die quite easy. But yeah, it is actually kind of horrendous.
You're right, James. It's a worse version of Redeemer that then has 24 melee attacks hitting on 2.
Yeah, it's a drug. Plague was a hell of a drug. But then, so we've killed quite a lot. We go to the charge phase. The Death Shroud come in on the Rhino here. I don't think I need to describe what 6 Death Shroud do to a Rhino. Kind of kill it. But then I commit a sin. I mess up there. I make a blunder.
What did you do?
This squad is not in good shape. It's got like 4 guys in Lamarties left.
Right.
It's got 2 massive flamer squads staring it down. What should I have just done here, Dave?
Just sat there and then probably overwatched it when they move.
Yeah. Instead, I go for the charge. And who's in reserves, Dave?
Oh no, you're Sanguinor.
Sanguinor does the little trick. I blunder big time. Sanguinor comes in, so anyone doesn't know, the Sanguinor can basically just appear in combat, and he has fights first. So he appears in this combat, fights first, he pops precision, and he kills both the Foul Blightspawn and the Biologist Putrefier. Yeah. Now, I do swing, I do kill the Death Company, but not Lamarties. I don't kill Lamarties. Lamarties then takes like a couple Plague Marines out. I think he has like 3 Plague Marines. Okay. So it's not horrifically like game over.
Yeah, just an annoying.
Yeah, it was definitely like a bugger kind of moment. Yeah. Because again, you're right. I should have just stayed there, threatened the Overwatch, and just been like, "Yep, no risk, no thingy."
If you want to move all with charge, then
yeah,
that's well, look, these things we all do this stuff, right?
Yeah, it happens. Like it is what it is. But then next turn, so my opponent's turn now. So it's already kind of like written on the wall, but he's got just this spear and some infiltrators. He basically just stays in the combat here. He kills quite a few. He kills like most of the Plague Marines at this point. It's like really dwindled down. I think the Plague Marines do actually punk Lamarties back here, which is quite nice.
Okay.
So that's quite happy. But then in and you rolled the charge roll. Which one was that one? Oh yeah, I did reroll the charge roll on the Death Shroud, didn't I? Oh no, I rerolled the charge on the Plague Marines, and yeah, they failed it, and then I rerolled it, and then I was like, no, have I done this? Because they got dumbass me. It was a proper dumb moment.
David, at least you made me spend an extra CP there as well.
Yeah. So then my turn comes around again. So I fall back because again I can just shoot the Sanguinor to death. There's no reason to. I think I actually I grenade him as I walk away. So we throw grenades as we walk away, and the shooting manages to pick him up. I he actually brought his infiltrators out to here to get some pot shots off last turn. I drove this drone up here. I was like, haha, free kill time. And then Dave was like, yeah, go on, kill him. And I was like, why do you want me to kill him? And then he was like, because then you can't kill in your last turn. You won't get any points for kill one. So I had to not kill them. So I killed the Sangor.
They were just like...
Yeah, and at this point, bear in mind, I am getting objectives like extend battle lines thing, but I'm on everything. Like, if I'm getting it, I'm scoring it. I think I get captured in my outpost and I just like fly around and sit on his home objective, but don't kill them because I can't kill them. Dave, being the little shit he is, tries to get himself killed by running into it. Because he's only got like 2 guys left at this point. I do hit them all, I do wound them all, but thankfully he makes his saves on them. So then, obviously, in his turn, we have to go through combat. Like, I just then, in the last turn, I just fall back. Final turn, I can now kill them for the kill more, kill more, spray them to death with Spitty, and yeah, that was pretty much all I wrote in there. But in the end, it was 100 to 82. So he was actually scoring really good. He was getting real good cards,
really well.
stuff that were coming up. I think it was native sticky. That was the mission rule. So
okay,
so even when he moved those infiltrators off on turn 5, he still scored it. But yeah, it was a really good game. MVP was definitely Typhus and the Bile Putrefires. Doing 14 mortal wounds to a Land Raider is just stupid. Kind of broken. That was the real big swing. Was just like the ease that Land Raider went down, just made the game so.
That was your like you said, that was the right commitment thing to do. I would have definitely gone for that as well. I've just been like, if I can get rid of that thing, my infantry is basically much safer.
Yeah, so it did pay off. David had a bit of better luck on the rolls that mattered. It's also his first time running this list. He kind of was like, that's why he's bringing it to an RTT to get practice with it. He was been playing.
Great score.
Yeah, it's still a great score. And like I said, he's practicing the list, and again, he was prepared for orcs really. So in his mindset, he was prepared to fight orcs. I was prepared for Dark Angels. The difference being that I have like 50 reps on this list, and he has 0.
Exactly.
So experience matters, but still well played to him. And it is what it is. Unfortunately, I had to fight my mate on the first round. But you can't escape it sometimes, can you?
Right. Aiden, before we jump on, just want a big shout out to Orcspit. Welcome to Plague Marine tier.
Oh, welcome back to Plague Marine tier, Mr. Orcspit. How you doing, bud? Sorry, just having a quick swig of my drink there. So, for those of us who Typhus keeps screwing over, have you considered free Death Shroud of Lord of Contagion? I used to run free Death Shroud of Lord of Contagion. I still think it's a really good unit. Lord of Contagion is massively undervalued, I think. That dude slaps damage-free flat weapons, really nice. He's also one of the coolest models. Like, I literally have mine on my desk at all times, just because I think it's one of the coolest Death Guard models. He's just chilling there.
I think with these, I like him, but I'd be more tempted to run him in a 6 just because of the reroll to get the lethals.
Yeah,
or popping Sanguinus and just getting a massive amount of sustains.
Yeah, he is good. I do like him. I think 6-man said is absolute damage monster. 3-man's though he has carried the weight because the amount of damage he adds to the squad can make that unit slap really hard. 3-man plus him or 6-man plus him is like a rapid ingress threat, whereas I don't actually rapid ingress my Death Shroud much. I actually play them as more defensive tools, so I'm more after them for the shooting and the Overwatch rather than the melee. The melee is like the bonus afterwards. Like I said, 90% of my output is shooting in my list. I am a shooty Death Guard player, which feels weird. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the first game recap there, and we'll get into the second one. So see you later, Chris, mate. Take care, man.
114 watching. Thanks, guys. That's amazing. Please do remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. Let us know that you enjoy the format, how we put it across, and yeah, I'm glad you're all here to sort of join in on the chat. All good? Have I got an Incubi Darkness? Probably not on me. It's not a colour I tend to use, I'm afraid. What was that one?
I was going to say, is that a pink colour?
Dave's just like, is that pink? Oh my god, I actually do. Look at that. What are the odds? Incubi Darkness. I haven't used that much. But yeah, so on to the second game. We get Thousand Suns. Ooh. So I'm going to drag you back over here with me.
No, it's good. Well, I'm interested to see how you looked at this. I just, as we know from our last chat, I had a recent run-in with this with Vanguard's Thousand Suns coach. So yeah, keen to hear how you dealt with it.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. Brian Tyrrell, hey mate, how you doing, man? I'll just have a quick.
Hey Brian, how you doing?
That was for you, bud. Um, but Thousand Suns is obviously scary. It's not a match that we really like coming into, especially like with like how good Thousand Suns can be. Now, slight bit of relief. Andy is sort of like learning Thousand Suns. He's not one of these people that are crazy at the top end of Thousand Suns, but he's still a good player, and it's still a scary matchup for sure. So he has Armin on a disc, 2 Exalted Sorcerers on a disc. One of them has the Relic Tube, so uppy downy. Infernal Master with the +1 damage to his psychic attacks enhancement. Magnus himself, the big demon Primarch of Doom. Mega scary, don't like that thing. His Demon Prince with wings. Guess what theirs does, Dave?
What does that one do?
Every turn it can uppy downy.
Of course it can.
Yep. So that's real good. Real good for scoring as well, and it's also really tough.
And it's really tough, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a normal Thousand Suns Sorcerer, which gives the squaddies with indirect loan up, which is really good. 10 Rubric Marines with Warp Flamers. 2 squads of 5 Rubric Marines with Warp Flamers. So all the Flamers, I think he's taking a lesson from our book here.
Yeah, definitely.
10 Zangors. Exactly. A unit 10 Zangors, a Mutilith Vortex Beast, and 2x3 Zangor Enlightened. So it doesn't look like much, but I guarantee you guys, every single one of the characters in the list is a unit of his own. Their shooting is absolutely wild, and it does tons and tons and tons of damage.
And it's a movement, right? Like it can pull off some mega shenanigans to just kind of outscore you.
Yeah, it is quite scary. So let's quickly in this chat. Do you not rate Predators? No, I actually think Predators are great. I do like Predators. The problem for me is I'm just, as I've said before, I used to take a list of like 2 Predators, 2 Plague Burst, and Mortarion. I'm not good with vehicles. Like it's just I'm not good at moving them. Plague Burst I can get away with, but when I start putting Predators in as well, it's just too much space, and I'm much better with infantry plays. It's just a personal thing. Predators are really good. Dave will attest to that.
Yeah, I love them. I played an event with 4 of them, and a Land Raider and a Rhino, and I quite like the car park.
You do indeed. But so let's look at this. So looking at this now. Now, one interesting thing, Dave, is that actually he's got more characters than he has units he can attach to.
Good.
So 2 of his sorcerers on disc actually be running solo. There are only 4 wounds, Dave.
Yeah, Assassinate was definitely the pick I played against. Thousand Suns has fixed.
Now, I was considering that, but again, I'm trying to play tactical as much as possible. So we went tactical again. Definitely could have been an argument fixed. I was kind of also worried about if I take it and then he just hides.
Yeah, the mortars are pretty reliable for picking up the lone ones. But I get where you're coming from. So we're playing Dawn of War.
We are playing Dawn of War. We're playing Disappearing Objectives. Which is supply lands, I think it's called, or supply drop. So we have obviously the 3 objectives in the middle. On turn 4, one of them is going to disappear. On turn 5, another one is going to disappear. And in the end of the game, we will only have 1 objective remaining. We don't know that until we have actually fully deployed, so that's kind of scared. The wiggly green rectangles, they are once again forests. They are just forests, mate. In shit, I forgot. No, you both Death Guard purists. Any thoughts on Ruckus? I have ran Ruckus before. He's
actually pretty good.
He's actually pretty good, yeah. He's weirdly weak to like massive lethal hits, no AP. But against everything else, he can be a right pain in the ass. The half OC and half movement's quite interesting. His flame is pretty good. It kind of depends on board because he is fat and slow, and he's a massive base. But I played him and he actually did really good work in the little RTT I went to with him. So I don't mind Ruckus. I think he's pretty decent.
He's just got a huge amount of wounds, so it's really there's mega commitment got to come in to really deal with him. So he can be good, but like you say, we are, particularly Aiden and I are a bit more Death Guard purists. So I think I ran a great team one at my club last Friday just simply because I wanted to play a different type of list. Yeah, but that's not my standard type of play.
Technical time. No, it's fine, mate. Don't worry. Zito, glad I could catch you guys live again. Been a while since I've played and got a local club event on Sunday. Can't wait to roll some dice and spread Nichols' gifts again. Yeah, man. Bit gutted you couldn't come to the RTT on Tuesday, but I hope you're having fun with the game, mate. I hope to see you back at events soon.
Yeah, spread some sickness.
So in this matchup, I'm kind of scared. These guys can, with line of sight, give indirect to the rest of the army, which is kind of scary. The indirect player complained about indirect, the irony. Now, because of how the board's laid out, it's actually really scary to get across this board. The middle is pretty. This is the only glass I don't like, but I don't like Dawn War anyway. I hate Dawn War. I think it's bad. So what we actually do in this one is Typhus goes into reserves. Both colours from the board. The Terminator's going to reserves. The Nurgling's going to reserves. And the Plague Bus goes into reserves.
Nice.
So we're actually going to put the Plague Bus up in reserve. So they're going to stay off the board. Everything else is going to come on the board. So first things first, we're going to put down. Oh, I've got to do the behind thing again. Centre back, bring forward. It's annoying when you got to do all this centre back. There we go. Okay, so we put Plague Bus crawler down just here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're going to put unit cultists just here. Again, we want them to sort of go in this like V, just in case we have to get something to go in the middle. We can move out and do something. Whether it's like area denial, something like that. No unit cultist starts right here. Again, these guys can basically go with they're stringed out across here. They can scout back in. If he wants to expose something to kill some cultists turn 1, feel free. Because again, I look at the number of units he has compared to me. Happy with that.
Yeah, I'd to say for everyone watching, if you're new to playing Death Guard, whatever, it's always when you've got this kind of situation, just put the cultists out in the middle. Like most people will know that they've got scout, but it can throw people's deployment off if they're kind of really embedded in what they're thinking.
Yeah. This Rhino comes in here. He wants to tuck into the corner because, again, that threatens anything trying to take the mid because we can get out the 8 inches and go do stuff. I'm banking money that this middle is not the first one to disappear. If it's the second one, that's fine. If it's the final one, super happy with where this Rhino's placed. Gotta take a risk sometimes.
Yeah.
Bloat drone, we go on either side. This guy just wants to be able to move up to be able to flame anything that gets on the objective. Plague Bus crawler hides in this ruin here. I should probably some opponents dropping stuff from there. Zangor at the back, Magnus in here, hiding. Demon Prince pops in just behind here. One of the casters that solo goes there. The other caster that goes solos in here. Also in there is the big 10-man Marines with Araman. He's got another 5-man in there. Mutely 4 click species at the back. Zangor Enlightened, and then another 5-man in the big building. So he's very much all on the board. So he's got everything there. What's this? Order to Combat Patrol and a Rhino so far. Do you think Death Guard are a team with a low skill floor and a high skill ceiling? I actually think Death Guard's skill floor is actually higher than you think. Not that it's particularly hard to play. I think it's just a lot of people come into playing the army with the assumption that, oh, you're really tough, you can just stand out in the open and just live. And it just doesn't work. So if you come in with that assumption, the skill floor is actually higher. If you come in with the assumption that you have to like play the game tactically and use your brain a bit, then yeah, it's an army that you can get into. It offers quite nice combos, quite nice things. You don't have to like be mega precise with everything like you do like Eldar or something like that. But there's definitely still a high skill ceiling you can get on it. You can still reach good levels of play with Death Guard. It's what I'd say.
I totally agree. I think you can pick it up and start playing with it, unlike Thousand Suns, which I would say you can't in the same way. But Death Guard, you can take it a lot further than it looks like you can from when you start playing it.
Yeah. So Dave, we roll off to see which is going to disappear. So I'm just going to move you back to the bottom left corner here. Let me move you to the bottom left corner. So turns out this one on the right is going to be disappearing first. The one on the left is going to be disappearing next after that, and the one in the middle is the one that's staying. So this Rhino here, perfect.
Wow.
Happy days. We get first turn, which I don't know if I wanted to, but it is what it is. We scout move this unit of cultists up into the middle here. Now, people will be like, why don't you go straight to the objective or go over there? Because in case we get something like cleanse, you can actually string out between the two. A 12-inch max coherence, and you can potentially cleanse both of them with this unit. So that's potentially...
You got first turn, did you?
I got first turn, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So this bloat drone also moves out. This bloat drone moves out as well. This actually comes around this way to here. I think it was like here to place around to here. So I'm basically just trying to create like problems. I'm just be like, look, you can come out and kill something, but you're not going to kill it all. I'm happy with that. So this cultist is actually like, in reality, it's like a long boy like that. He's like, so we actually managed to get one model each, and they do a double cleanse, which is really nice. and we get some like extend battle lines, so we just move out and we're happy. The Plague's Crawlers fire off, and we actually managed to kill one of the Soul Sorcerers and drop 1 to 2 wounds. Unfortunately, we don't get the second one. I even spent a CP to give an extra AP to try and pip it, but he got the rolls on it. So I was like, damn.
And if you're wondering why Aiden did that rather than try and pick up another unit on the board, it's because it's going to reduce his cabal points.
Yes. And he even said that after in his turn, he said, now I can't double move and Doombolt because that sorcerer's dead, which is really good for us. So my opponent gets his turn. He moves forward the Zangors to here, which actually, I assume they're 2 OC each, so I've got 6 to my 3 and 2. He actually stays here because I'd have Overwatched.
Otherwise, he gets Overwatched.
Yeah, he actually did the double move to get it on because that's the shooting phase. I can't Overwatch it, which is really annoying. The Demon Prince, the Demon Prince comes out. This sorcerer comes to here, so you can see this bloat drone here.
Okay.
Infernal Master Squad comes out. The Zangors come to here. Mutalift just moves around, and all these guys kind of like just shuffle a bit. There's not much going on back there. So what he does is he gives his army indirect to this bloat drone. This is why I brought out 2 bloat drones. He can definitely kill one, but he can't kill both with indirect. So we kind of like just have to sacrifice a bloat drone. It's sad. It's going to happen. So this bloat drone unfortunately gets picked up, which is sad. But it has actually made him have to do something. This sorcerer is now out. These units have come out. He's having to interact with the board at this point, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming to Plague Marine Tentacles. Welcome to the club, mate. Again, check the community tab. There will be a post on there for members to see, which will let you join the Discord. You can join that and interact with us all on there. It's quite an active Discord. We're always chatting about stuff in there. But yeah, thank you very much for the support, mate.
Welcome. You're very welcome.
The sorcerer picks up, shoots at these cultists here. So does this Demon Prince. So do these Zangors. And actually, Dave, we actually don't die. Weirdly.
I love what happens.
Yeah, somehow I don't know how to get these guys back to the right size. Oh, there we go. There you go. There you go. We actually go down to a singular cultist in this corner here. A single cultist lives. This is important. A single cultist can do God's work. Now we do lose the control objective, and we don't get any points for our home in this mission, so we're going to get 0 primary. It's annoying. Is what it is. But again, we forced the hand.
Forced them to come out. Yeah.
So my turn 2, I'm like, right, let's go for the Cabal points. We want to kill the Cabal points. That's where the value is. We start taking them out. We're happy. This bloat drone flies around here. He's got a 2 wound sorcerer to take out here.
Nice.
We're happy with that. This PVC just pokes his head out here so we can see some targets. The other stay still. And we bring in the Plague Bus on the side here from reserves. And we also hop out a 5-man squad. This PVC here also shuffles just so we can see these Zangor enlightened here. And also I think he stands still. Oh, is he? Yeah, he stands still because they took care of that, yeah. Because I want to get the Boil Blight off. So we got a squad out here. We have a Plague Bus showing up. Typhus does drop in down here as well. So we can mortal wound either the Zangors or the Demon Prince. Possibly a little greedy on that one, but you know, you got to try things, haven't you? And then what we do is this one little cultist actually moved first before anything else came out. Because I basically said to him, do you want to overwatch this cultist? Now this cultist actually passed morale, which is kind of funny. What a chad. And people just don't want to overwatch a single cultist. They just don't want it. It just feels so bad. Especially when you can move over stuff like I could have got this. Because if he does that, I can get both 5-mans out of the front of this rhino and shoot with no risk. Yeah. So he lets this little cultist move in advance to here. What does this mean he's doing, Dave?
Boil Blight.
He's going to Boil Blight this 10-man unit here.
Little cultist just charging with his decaying lasgun across the field.
So this is going to be putting these rubrics at -1 toughness, -1 save, ignores cover, +1 from 1-way indirect, which is really nice to see. So we start shooting. So the Spitty does... he actually whiffs the shots. He only gets 2 shots, real bad, and he saves them, which is really nice. So what I wanted to do is spray this guy and charge back in to take the point. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So I'm like, God damn it. He lives on 1 wound. It happens. Again, you don't always get the lucky rolls. So because of that, I just decided to unleash on this squad because I'm not going to kill it. I'm not going to be able to charge back in So I just unleash everything and kill that squad there,
Right.
with the PBC and this guy. Now the mortars are all going into this rubric squad.
Yep.
And we actually kill every single guy par Araman. So Araman's
Okay.
just stood on his Todd there now, which is quite good.
This was good for when Assassinate turns up later.
Yeah, always good. Plague Marines pick up these Zangor Alliance, so we're denying him primary, so he's got no primary as well now, so it's like, cool,
Yep.
we're even. The Plague plus fires. Thousands actually have a strat for Feel Pain versus psychic attacks. So
I found that one out when I played Paul Bridge.
yeah, so Plague Bus still killed like 4 of the rubrics, but didn't manage to like wipe the squad. If that was a normal unit without Fort Feel Pain, it would have died instantly. But it's kind of it's not annoying because again it's fair play, it's a good strat, and he played it, we used it at the right time, but definitely dwindled this squad down. So there's still a character in there which is a bit upsetting and a bit oof, but it is what it is. Now I need to, at this point everything's shot, we're all happy. I need to kill this sorcerer. I charge him with a bloat drone. He's only got 1 wound. I have 3 or 4 plague probe attacks. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't risking that. Tank shot, bang, gone.
Yeah, good man.
Not risking that. No chance. Yeah, just get him out of there, gone.
Get it done.
So we're pretty happy at this point now. Now my opponent brings forward this squad here. He stays behind the building, so I can't overwatch with this Plague Marine squad because again, you can't overwatch with firing deck. Do you remember that? This fella comes round to here. The next 5-man squad sort of comes out to here. Zangos take this point, and Magnus comes over here, and he's just looking to kill this blow drone here, which is fair enough. The Demon Prince also comes over to the bloat drone here. He's like, I was going to charge it if it lives. So decent choices so far, decent choices. So my opponent, he shoots. He doesn't actually kill the Plague Bus, which is quite nice.
Okay.
Plague Bus lives on like 4 wounds, I think it does, or 4 or 5 wounds. Quite nice. This squad here doesn't actually. It gets shot. I think there's 2 guys from like the remnants of this Plague Marine squad. So quite nice.
Okay.
This bloat drone gets shot and charged by Demon Prince. Magnus also like shot it and it lives. I don't know how it lived. Yeah, don't ask.
With devastating wounds. Wow.
Yeah. He did put the little shots into this little dude here though, which is not big.
Okay.
So unfortunately, he does go down.
I made Magnus kill cultists as well when I played Paul.
Yeah. This is quite funny. Now, at this point, I'm looking at scoring 0 primary again for 2 turns, and I'm like, not today, sir. Rapid ingress, and we drop the Death Shredstone here, just so that in my command phase, I'll hold it, I'll sticky it, and then we can move on from there. It's really nice. So we actually do that at the end of his movement, but the Demon Prince doesn't kill this thing either because Demon Prince is strength 8, which is abysmal in close combat. So this block is just like cool. This Vortex Beast charges the Rhino. Again, apparently the Vortex Beast is also like strength 8, so the Rhino just lives. Which is, really funny. So I'm like, cool, okay, I just live with everything here, I guess.
Wow.
So in my turn, so it's more like that. So there is a reason for that. My turn comes along, and I'm like, okay, we don't need to do too much here. We're in a pretty good position. We've scored some primary now. We're still scoring. Happy days. So this block, I get deploy teleport homers and behind enemy lines. Bloat drone floats up, deploys homers, and then the Nurglings also come in here. Or the bloat drone shoots as well. They deploy the homers. They just come in like that.
Yeah.
So they're having a good time. These fellas here move up because they're rapid ingress. So we can see this Demon Prince. We're gonna go charge Demon Prince, try and kill him. Typhus kind of like just like shuffles, stays still. Realize like not much going on here. I was like, okay, it's what it is. We're not really gonna bother trying to kill this mutant 4XB, so we just kind of like fall back a little bit from it. Was like, yeah, we'll just try and live. The Plague Marines opt to just walk onto the point. Again, you could flame it. There's not much point because as soon as he flames that, I just get the other 5-man squad out before it falls back. Just get them out and walk them on. So he doesn't really bother with that. Then we make a. So we don't have Boil Blight here anymore, but what we do have is a Lord of Irland staring at the squad, which means all the bonuses there. We move this cultist squad out. We give an advance. We're just like getting ready for like maybe setting up for like later turns. Rhino just shuffles into the top corner. Death Shroud shoot and melee this Demon Prince to death because 6 Death Shroud. The mortars all fire in at this 5-man unit here and pick that up as well. The scraps of this models also get picked up, it's either by the Plague Marines or it's by the another mortar that manages to pick them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty happy. Scored some more points. It's looking pretty solid now. We've got good. Magnus hasn't done too much so far, so he's like, right, I need to use Magnus now. He gets capturing the outpost. I'm on defense stronghold as well at this point.
Okay.
So he gets capturing the outpost, and then this happens. Magnus goes from here, Dave, to here.
Classic Magnus.
Because he can like triple move or something like that.
Yes, he can. Yeah.
But he couldn't Doombolt. Why couldn't he Doombolt, Dave?
Because he didn't have enough Cabal points because you'd killed his sorcerers.
Yes, because we've been killing the sorcerers. But Magnus still does come here, and then Magnus commits a bit of a sin. He split fires.
Oh no!
Small shots coming over here, big shots coming to the Plague Burst Crawler.
Oof.
The Plague Burst Crawler goes down to 4 wounds.
Yeah, T10, 2 up, 5 up involved.
The cultists do die though. They do die. But what this does mean is that obviously capturing outpost fails. Magnus is 5 OC. This is 4. The Rhino is 2. So we actually hold it. So we actually, not only does he not get captured, we get to score defend stronghold, which is really nice.
Oh no!
So we're quite happy. Bear in mind this objective is about to go away as well, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So Magnus is now in
it's now sticky.
Yep, that's now sticky, so we can leave that. Magnus is on the home, and in my turn at the start, we could potentially lose control of home because this Plague Burst Call has the Battle Shock. He's on 4 wounds or under, and the Rhino, if he fails, it will only be 2 OC versus Magnus 5. Recently, I did a video about stratagems, and I told people that if you have a vehicle that you're thinking of auto-passing morale on, and instead you can heal it, because at this point it is still stickied, we spend the heal, which is a flat 3, we go to 7 wounds, which is over half, no longer have to take Battle Shock, and also just got 3 wounds back.
Amazing.
Bear in mind, Magnus couldn't charge, by the way, because he double, triple move, whatever it was. He can't charge after doing that. That's why he's not charged stuff. So, this is healed. No one gets the Battle Shock. Happy days. Plague Marines obviously spill out, because why wouldn't you? All these Plague Burst Crawls can see him. Typhus moves and advances to get to here for some smiting times. And we put absolutely everything we have into Magnus. We get well, this Aramin's come over here and he's like slapped the door and stuff as well. How rude. We get another thing to be like in every quarter, so this Rhino just scoops away up here to be in engage range. Bloat drone still exists up here, managed to spray Aramin to death, and obviously threatens next turn to his home. And with a combination of a couple mortal wounds from Typhus, a couple mortal wounds from Grenade, 2 entropy cannons, 2 entropy cannons, all the mortars in the world. We don't even touch this. I haven't shot this vortex piece once. It does not do anything. Magnus, on the very last bullet that gets shot from a fucking Rhino with a combi bolter, takes him down. So at this point, Magnus is gone. Everything's gone. I still have 1 turn. I've got some from the middle here. I think I've strung this squad out and put like the melee weapon on the middle point, so I hold it. So I actually do like really big stretch. So I'm actually holding primary. And at this point, basically all I do next turn is obviously fly over here, spray them. This thing comes and like slaps his, but this objective isn't here anymore. So we're like end the game like on both things. We've scored good tactical, and we are very happy. And it's all because we keep killing the Cabal points. And then when Magnus committed possibly too late. Again, Andy's learning it. Andy's still like learning a lot of stuff with Death Guard. One thing I will say is Andy brought a cheat sheet for me that literally said everything he could do in every phase. It was really useful to have, which is really awesome. And he also brought tokens for disappearing objectives. Who even has those?
I mean, Andy, kudos to you. Big respect for that.
But in the end, victory 86-36. MVP definitely the Plague Burst Crawlers. They were just picking up the rubric squads and the characters, and that's what mattered to get rid of all those Cabal points. So
completely agree.
Super happy with that. But then we're going to our final game. So we get our teammate Sam Boardman. So we said we didn't want to play people.
I believe you said right at the beginning that we were trying not to play against our teammates.
Yeah, we're trying not to, but we got Sam. Sam is playing CSM since after the latest update. quite cheap for certain things now. He has Abaddon the Spoiler, 2 Masters of Possession, a Warpsmith, 10 Cultists, 2 squads of Legionnaires, 2 squads of Possessed with a Dev Wound Mortal Pact. Now, Sam's a bit like me. He likes playing like weird off-meta stuff. And he's got some cheeky jank in here. Possessed, when they Dark Pact, gives the unit Dev Wounds.
Yeah.
The Master of Possession has a Precision Psychic attack, which is Anti-Psycho 2+, and they give him Dev Wounds. So then any 2s to wound are Dev Wound 3 damage at Precision. So he'll just shoot them at your characters and kill them, which is... I love stuff like that. It's like Plague Busting.
Yeah, he definitely is.
He's definitely like us in that regard. 2 times 5 Warp Talons, again, just really good unit. 3 Chaos Bikers, really cheap now, really fast. Goes back into reserve, score points. 3 Predator Destructors with Abaddon. So these are all market deals, all sustained 5s with full rerolls to hit for Abaddon. And he's got a Hellbrute, which is giving them lethal and sustained, and full rerolls from Abaddon.
Savage.
It is... Then he's got a Chaos Vindicator, again, sustained 5s still, with full rerolls, and then lethals as well from a Hellbrute, because the Hellbrute gives them both sustained and lethal when they pact. It's a scary list, dude. It's so much damage output. And we're playing on priority targets, so quarter deployment priority targets. So this is the one where you really want to go second. You don't want to go first. Oh, I just forgot we were supposed to do the Typhus giveaway, weren't we?
Oh yes, should we do that now?
Yes, we shall do the Typhus giveaway. What we're going to do is, if I actually
carry on,
I'm going to say, if not, can you help us out? Nat? Can you get all the names that put that song as the ones? Yeah, I know can you do that for us? Can you put them all into like a spinny boy for us?
A what?
Just get them all together for us and then send it to me if you can. Okay, so we will resolve that in like a minute. She's just gonna get that. She's just gonna get that set up. We'll resolve that in a minute. But we'll talk about deployment for now. There is the Typhus that you can win. Nicely painted Typhus there. I'll make dive nice and big for you, hopefully. Whoop.
Sorry, it's a bit too bright actually, sorry.
Whoop, don't blind everyone, Dave. There you go. Right, you're nice and big now, Dave. Show them the Typhus.
Because I saw I've got blur on the background, it's annoying.
It's like blurring him out. But yeah, you can win the Typhus there. That was one of Dave's personal collection, so you can have that sent to you as a reward for the winner of this competition, which we'll announce shortly. Now he's just getting it set up. But for now, while we're waiting, I will talk through deployment on this one, so we can keep things going ahead. So we're deploying here. Again, it's priority target, so you score at the very end of the game for up to 15 for each objective you hold. So it's really important to play late game on this one. So as we deploy, we put Typhus in reserves with Nurglings into reserves, and the Death Shroud into reserves. Classic, standard setup. Everything else on the board, I'm going to need it in this one. So I put down a unit of cultists. Oh, I've got to do the backwards. Layer centre back. Layer centre back. Sorry, guys. I'm a noob. We put these guys right in the line. The reason we do this is if we get first turn, we can scout upwards and then move advance into this building here. If we go second, we can just scout forwards and be safe in here. So it's a really nice little position for them to be. Gives options. So they go on the line right at the front. Opponent drops Predator. Wonder where these things are going. I was just going to put these down quick. Predator, Hellbrute to give them both lethal and sustained, and then Abaddon. My opponent's put both his Warp Talons in reserves. He's also put a squad of Possessed in reserves. Everything else is on the board. So Abaddon's obviously joined by Legionnaires as well, by the way. So we go the sort of like traditional. Typhus always goes solo for me. Sage, yeah. Typhus is solo. We put the Plague Spitter Playbus Crawler back here. Again, we're trying to dodge as many angles as we can. We put this Rhino again. It's just dodging the angle that you can get. We've measured it out where you can get an angle to. We just stay behind it safely. One of the entry cannon Playbus Crawlers sits in here. The second Rhino is against this wall. The plan being, if I get first, it can move, advance, get into this hidey hole here, into the middle, which is a really nice position. This is the Plaguecaster bus. The 10 man is back here. And then the third Plaguecaster Crawler just joins this one. Happy days. We have a bloat drone down here. Again, we're having to hide a lot behind terrain because he has so much shooting output. It's so scary. Yeah. And then we have... I think I put a bloat drone in reserves, actually. I did put a bloat in reserves this game. Because, again, there's not much, like... places they can go, and there's not much to threaten too much because he can just lead with his armor, which is obviously quite scary.
Yeah, and be able to hide everything. So
yeah, and we have again cultists at home in case we get signals because I don't want to give up shooting for a turn. So Sam goes Vindicator there. He has a unit of Possessed in this building as well. The other Predator actually takes a wide flank with the Bikers. He has a squad of Legionnaires just chilling in here. A squad of Cultists back just holding his home objective. And a Warpsmith to repair the guys there. So, we roll off to see who gets first turn. And unfortunately I get first turn, Dave, which is not what you want priority targets.
Nope.
So, not great. But on the bright side, it does mean we get to move, scout, and advance these Cultists into here, which is nice. This Rhino drives out and advances and just gets behind this wall here, pretty much. So we're safe from the shooting, which is really nice. But it has advanced. Nice. Can't get anywhere out, can't do anything else. It is what it is. This Rhino moves and advances, gets into here. Just, again, hiding from the angle these Predators can get on us. So setting up quite nicely. I actually move this bloke drone out and advance it to, like, here. Kind of just want to draw some attention this way. I don't really know what I was doing with it, I'll be honest. I probably just threw it away. But I wanted to feel some pressure on this point. Also, it just means he can't just like get like the elite 5 Legionnaires and go, ugh. It just like makes them actually be a threat. So we have to send some like the Bikes or the Predator around at least. But honestly, I didn't really know what I was doing with that. I was just like, yeah, there you go. So don't do that, guys. Now, these guys just shuffle up in case they get angles next turn. Now, my opponent, I was not expecting this. Sam gets aggressive, real aggressive.
Okay.
The Predators drive out right here. They start taking the command of the board. Because remember, these things overwatch on 5s. Sorry, 6s to hit, 4 reels to wound, but every 6 to hit is going to... Sorry, 4 reels to hit, so they can fish for 6s, and every 6 is going to be 2 hits. Because of Abaddon and all that. Possessed come out top side. Abaddon even comes out.
Wow.
Aggressive. Both of these squads can advance and charge this turn. Don't think these actually need to advance and be like 9 Possessed. But Abaddon pays the command point for advance and charge. Vindicator sort of like just shuffles up a bit here. The Hellbrute is just staying in range to give stuff like its auras out to things. Warpsmith's following. What was the catchphrase again? Sam? It was just like, fuck's sake, because of the amount of damage it was horrific. This Predator comes down. These Bikers come down as well. Legionnaires just shuffle. Now, I definitely wasn't expecting this much aggression in turn 1. This is a very aggressive play. I totally get it. He wants to put pressure on me and sort of keep me pinned and busy while he takes control of the board. Really makes sense. Really makes sense. Now, I will say this game...
He's got much more movement, so, yeah.
Yeah, this game, Sam's... dice was questionable. His offensive dice weren't too bad at the start, but my dice were just hotter. I will say.
So he had my list on VT, did he?
Yeah, pretty much. Why are you? Yeah, I was like, why are you making me think so hard? That was because this was a hard game. I was like, stop making me think. I don't like it. Let me just win. So. Now Sam does something very clever. It's a high level play. He charges this Rhino here with the Possessed around the top and the side. So they're actually wrapping the top and the side. Abaddon charges the bottom of the Rhino on the side. He leaves me a gap at this bottom area, so that the idea would be that the Possessed will swing and kill the Rhino. This will cause the contents to disembark into the gap that he has left. Then he can pick Abaddon to fight. Abaddon will pile into the squad and kill the contents inside. This is really effective, super good way to deal with stuff in Rhinos. Now, if this was the 10-man Plague Marine Rhino, this would have worked perfectly. But because we're janky pieces of shit and we run 5-man Plague buses, we actually managed to spin this one around an Uno reverse card Sam here. And I didn't even see it coming. It was only in the moment when I went to disembark, I was like, wait a second. So the Possessed came in, absolutely mullered the Rhino. I think he like 12 dev wounded it straight up before any other saves. So Rhino dies. We get out the first 5-man because we have to disembark. We disembark one at a time. The 5-man, I deploy in the gap the most awkward way possible, taking up the most room. What this meant was there was actually no more space for the other 5-man and the 2 playcasters to get out of the Rhino, which means they can then use emergency disembark to get out 6 instead, again risking more mortal wounds, and we actually get out up this end. And this actually puts us within 6 inches of the Predators next turn for contagion range. So both these Predators are going to be in contagion range, and because we don't have to move because it's his turn, we never have to risk the damn overwatch. So this happens. Now don't get me wrong, Abaddon does do his thing. He consolidates into the 5 Plague Marines down here. Absolutely sends them to heaven. And he also manages to clip like 2 or 3 Plague Marines off this squad. I think it's 2. We swing back, kill like 3 Legionnaires because heavy Plague Weapons are heavy Plague Weapons. But
Did
yeah.
he kill the Plague Masters too?
No, the Plaguecasters are nice and safe. They were wrapped with this 2nd Plague Marine squad up here.
Okay, nice.
So you could never touch them, never lock them in combat. So
Yeah.
Plaguecasters are happy. And this guy just got like this Predator took 2 last cannon shots and got 4 hits. So that thing went bang real. It made me feeling worse. I was like, yeah, what was I doing with that thing?
And if it's a structure, I mean, even the autocannon's gonna do some serious damage.
Yeah, but yeah, it hurt real hard. But at the same time, this has actually come around to be quite a bit of a win because we're going to have Contagion range in both of these Rhinos here. Abaddon's been aggressive, got a unit possessed out. It's time to do the clapback. We need to get aggressive back into it. Now we need to deal damage. This is 2 Chaos armies hitting each other. Chaos deals damage. It's what we do best. So we deploy what we can. So we get the Plague Spitter PBC comes out. The Entropy Cannon PBC comes out. This one pops his head out. The Plague Marines disembark from the Rhino. Now we don't want to get shot by the Predators, so we actually put all the guns along this side of the wall here. But then with our coherency, we actually get to this wall here. The colours like take a back seat. So it means we have an 8-inch charge into this front Predator, but it also means we're going to get all our guns onto these possessed here.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. We've got Investigate Signals this turn. This Rhino just drove up there. These colours just did it here. And we're just like, yeah, let's do. Typhus comes in because I want to use Mortal Wounds to kill Abaddon. It's the best juice I've got here. Abaddon's more like here because he consolidated back towards the point. And it's the easiest way to kind of kill that guy. Death Shroud don't come in. They stay where they are. Everyone else stays in reserves. So we open up with our... What's this we shoot? We shoot the Plague Spitter PBC. Mortar into the Possessed. Spitters and Machine Gun to try and kill the last Legionnaires. We do. And we also take a wound of Abaddon. Abaddon's now on his own. He's lost his bodyguard. Grenade Strap comes out. Because, mortal wounds definitely nice way to kill damage. Do like 3 mortals to Abaddon. Typhus goes in with another 2 mortal wounds. I think we drop into like 1 or 2 wounds. So Abaddon's almost dead. Real happy.
Right.
The mortars do a good number of damage to this possessed. This 10-man squad uses the free grenade stratagem because we might as well at this point onto the possessed. They shoot all the guns. This PBC puts his mortar into there. This PBC puts his mortar into there. We're all plinking our machine guns at Abaddon trying to fish this last goddamn wound off him. And he's resisting. Oh boy, is he resisting. he's putting up a goddamn fight, this little bastard. But unfortunately for Sam, I think it's the very last shot of fire at him. He does fail the free up save because of the -1 save contagion.
Yeah.
And he does end up going down. So we managed to kill Abaddon. The possessed all die except for a single Master of Possession on 2 wounds that's left. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've got the Plaguecasters and these 5 Plague Marines to shoot still, and this Plague called Mortar I think still hasn't shot. So I'm like, okay, right. we've got a 2 full health Predators here. Let's see what we can do. The Metal Gun fires first into this Predator, hits, wounds, and a trend you'll have to see it happens here. Rolls 6 damage, you get 8 damage on it. Oh. And when my stuff connected this game, I don't know what it was. The damage was just like, I'm going to do shit tons of damage. Yeah. The Plasma Gun also shot and took like a wound off it as well. And then I ended up boil blighting it, and then the Mortar managed to pick up this Predator.
Pick it up, right.
The 2 Plaguecasters then turned the sights to this Predator here, and their Flamers together also picked up that Predator. Again, these Flamers are just insane. Now, the worry I had is this Vindicator's like here. He had Assassinate. He actually rapid ingressed in. He's possessed here as well. Sorry, second possessed. I forgot they came in. And now I was confused at why I did this. And Sam, you were whispering to Will at why you did it, and you never actually told me why you did it because I was really confused. But you said, I think in the end, you said it was to try and you wanted to keep me up here as much as possible in this corner. Is that why? Why did you do it, Sam? Tell the chat why did we do it? So I can't. There's 2 Plaguecasters here. I wanted to charge them into this Master of Possession, but if I do that, he declares the Overwatch with a Vindicator, kills 1 in my turn, which means he scores Assassinate in my turn, and in his turn he draws 2 more cards. If I don't charge, at least he has to kill them in his turn, and he'll only get 1 extra card objective. So I was like, okay, we'll leave it. but I charge the squad of Plague Marines, because they're not attached to the Playcasters. They do charge back into this master position to get safe in this building, and they actually kill it in close combat as well, which is nice, so they get a kill. So now I've got a squad hiding here. Just imagine there's 2 Playcasters here. I forgot to put icons for them. They won't be there for long, I promise you. Now, it comes to my opponent's turn again. The Vindicator, these things are so scary, dude. They are so scary. It moves up. It's like here. Gets within range of this Plagueis Crawler. He's considering, with the Possessed, to move them down. Yeah, I was trying to bait the Rapid Ingress and also get shots into Playcasters with the Dev Wounds from the mop. Yeah, that's fair. Because of the psychic combo.
Makes sense.
It ended up he didn't need it because this Predator here shot the last cannons at one caster, the auto cannon at the other, and killed both. this little Predator did work. However, this Predator at this point has failed 2 Dark Packs and done 6 wounds to itself.
Nice.
So Sam, nice work, man. Thank you for killing your own units. The bike is obviously just we want to here to take the objective, which is really nice for them. Now the Possessed, he was thinking about coming here, because he wanted to use the ability of the the precision attack to kill the Foul Blight spawn. Because if he does, then he can charge in and fight first. But because all my guns are along this line, if he comes here, he eats the Overwatch for everything. So he decides against it and instead just comes to this corner here. He has fight on death as a strat, so worst case he can charge in and fight on death. I rapid ingress in the Death Shroud into this corner and basically say, you want to make this charge, you can not only eat my fight first Plague Marines, you can also eat an Overwatch on the way in.
7d6,
Yeah, so which is quite scary. This Vindicator, how it does instantly kill this thing here.
Of course.
Because, reasons. It's horrifying.
Vindicator.
It's a very scary Vindicator.
It is.
I think his Hellbrutes also came out here to shoot something. It doesn't really connect. I think he whiffs. This Hellbrute whiffed a lot this game.
It's because he was like, the Vindicator can just do all the work.
Yeah, the Vindicator's just cute, and the Wasp obviously following it around at this point. Now he does. I think he's put a unit in here with Rapid Ingress. Oh no, he just drops a unit in there at this point. And I completely forget that exists because I'm an idiot. There's a giant wall in the way from where I'm stood. Now. These with the knowledge of the Death Shroud Overwatch plus the fights first, he has a 4-inch charge and just decides, nah, it's not worth it. At least if he doesn't die this turn, I have to then spend my turn killing it. Whereas if he charges now, he just dies for nothing. So it is the right choice for him. So my turn 3 now, and this is the one thing that's in my head now. I need to remember this is priority targets. So realistically, I could have the Death Shroud of the Plague Marines 100% kill these guys. But I've got to remember what we're playing for. So instead of drive my Rhino round, all the Plague Marines are moving and actually re-embark the Rhino. Because I need to get to the middle of the board for later. And I'm pretty convinced that 10 Cultists and 6 Death Shroud with Rapid Ingress move and charge are going to be able to kill these Possessed. And I've also got PBC support if I need it. Now, I move Typhus up to here to get a smite onto the Vindicator. I bring in this bloke drone like here. It's not doing much, but I had to bring it in because it's turn 3 with the Nurglings. He has screened out all this. His guys like screened out.
Of course.
I bring this PBC here to get some shots at this Predator, hopefully trying to kill it. Trying to do some damage to it. And I was scared of Overwatch, but I was like, okay, let's try and bait out the Overwatch. We walk through the wall with 3 Plague Marines. He doesn't actually Overwatch it. I think he was saving it for something else. I can't quite remember what it was, but these guys come out. So we spend a command point for a grenade plus Typhus, and I think we do like 8 mortal wounds to it. Because again, Typhus just on fire today. Typhus is about to become the bane of Sam's life entirely. So Typhus has moved like forward like here. He was more like there, and he comes through here. So this thing's took a lot of damage. I still have my Melter Gun alive in here. The Melter Gun fires, it hits, and it wounds. AP 5, does enough damage, and actually blows up the Vindicator. Which is like, okay. Now, the explosion does take out the Melter Gun Marine, which is kind of ironic. It is exploded. Drops his guy to 2 wounds as well. He's Warpsmith, which is kind of upsetting. The shooting up here weakens this unit to like scraps, and then they just charge it and kill that off, basically. As kind of expect. I spray the bikes, doesn't actually do much because they're not infantry. Big sad. This PBC actually whiffs heavily into this Predator, but don't worry, this Predator will do a good enough job of killing itself. And yeah, that's all that happens this turn. I make a charge. I was just like, I'll see if I make it. And these guys actually make the charge into the 2-wound Warpsmith. And they actually kill it. And then they manage to consolidate back onto the point. So, pretty happy with that one. So we got, quite a good kills there. My opponent comes along. 5 full squad of Warp Talons flies over to Typhus.
Right.
Not good. He also, I think he rapided in my turn, like here. These guys, he just drops them in naturally and makes a 9-inch charge. Yeah, you can't complain. You made a lot of 9-inch charges, Sam. This Predator drives to here. These bikes come this way, actually. And what he does is he shoots the Predator into this Plagueis Crawler. And then he grenade strats it as well.
Right.
And he drops it to like 2 wounds, I think it is. He drops it real low. He drops it really, really low. So but it lives. It does. Again, this is where his dice kind of fall flat. This Predator's just like one-tapped everything up to this point, but doesn't get the job done here.
Right.
He fails packs again. And he drops his
me.
Predator to 4 wounds, okay? So this Predator's now on 4 wounds. It hasn't been shot once at this point. He's not having a great time. These guys charge into the Nurglings and then tag the Bloat Drone. These Warphounds charge Typhus. And this Hellbrute shoots, and I'm pretty sure that kills like these Plague Marines here. He starts also just like moving these guys up. They shot the Plague Marines, and these guys have moved down a bit. Because I'm all on the board at this point. He goes to his combat. He's got the bikes trying to finish off the last 2 wounds for the Plagueis Crawler. He pops like lethal hits, doesn't get anything.
Right.
So PBC lives. The Warphounds absolutely shred the Nurglings, as you'd expect, with sustained 5s.
Yeah,
And then he tags the Bloat Drone. The reason being that if you fall back from Warp Talons, even though it can fall back shoot and charge, it's a desperate escape, which means in a 1 or a 2 it just dies.
Oh, okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, so real scary there. I think it's 1, and if you're battle shocked, it's 1 and a 2. I think it is.
Nice move.
But still, yeah, nice move to stop me doing anything.
Yeah, definitely.
5 Warp Talons going to Typhus, so 25 attacks, sustained 5s. He, strength 5, full rerolls to wound from Twin Linked. He slashes away. He does something like, I think he dealt like 14 wounds to Typhus. And Typhus lives on 1 wound.
Yeah.
Because those impulses do be spicy.
Yeah, they do.
So Typhus lives. However, Typhus has to battle shock and then do a desperate escape test next turn. So we'll see how Typhus gets along. So my turn. Typhus swings back and whiffs everything.
Okay.
Yeah, he whiffs everything. He I think I do like 1 wound and he passes it on an impulse. Typhus can't swing the scythe. He can do the walls. He can't swing the scythe. So
Because you haven't given him enough practice. You just let him just blast off from a distance.
So, I'm like, okay, right. So Typhus takes his morale test. He actually passes it. So cool. I'll only die on a 1 now for fallback, rather than a 1 and a 2. So I'm like, you know what? He's on 1 wound anyway. If he stays in there, he dies. So I'm gonna risk it. I'm just gonna fall back, and I don't roll the 1. So Typhus lives on 1 wound.
Okay.
Having a great time. Typhus then smites and does 5 mortal wounds to the Warp Talons. Oh, by the way, every single smite Typhus rolled this game was a 2.
Wow.
So I rolled a 2 up, so I was so close to dying at any point with this guy.
You did the lowest possible, get it, but then you rolled a really high amount of root.
Every time my stuff connected, even Sam said, every time it's connected, it's just dealing so much damage. The Plagueis Crawler stayed in combat. Now, Sam said, I've charged your Bloat Drone to stop it falling back. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. I don't really want to fall back and risk dying on a 1. Real good move. So he's like, okay, I'll just stay in combat and I'll just shoot the Warp Talons, I guess. This round drove up. I got deploy homers, so it drives up, drops the Plague Marines off the other side of the wall, and they just deploy homers. This Plagueis Crawler just shoots the rest of these Warp Talons. Kills them. This one whiffs, doesn't manage to finish off the 4 wound Predator, which is kind of upsetting. The ongoing combat does nothing again. They don't touch each other. This Bloat Drone was like, well, I can't fall back. That's annoying. I guess I'll just stay in combat and shoot you. It rolls 12 on the shots.
Oh, God.
And kills the entire unit.
Savage.
Sorry, Sam. Sorry.
When that kind of thing happens with Death Guard, like anti-infantry 2 up with the extra -1 and the -1 toughness, you have to just go, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does happen. But then it comes back to Sam's turn. Sam's like, okay, right, let's just try and like score some points and kill some stuff. So these bikes do something really clever. What they do is they scoot past the two-wound predator. You see this predator drove down to kill this bloat drone. They drop a grenade strap on the way past. There's only two bikes at this point, so they drop a grenade strap. So the idea is he falls back. He pays the CP for fallback, shooting, charge. So what he wants to do is he wants to fall back away like this. He wants to grenade the PVC, kill that, shoot the plasma at the one with Typhus because he'll have he's got two plasma guns plus all the bolt guns because two bikes. And then he's going to charge the colours, which is really good play. Like that's so. If he pulls this off, that's a big point swing.
It's massive.
So he falls back. He throws a grenade. The playbase crawler explodes and kills a bike. So he's now down with plasma gun and bolters. He then shoots the plasma guns and bolters at Typhus. He passes every single save, so Typhus lives on 1 wound.
So annoying.
He then charges Typhus with the bike to try and finish off that last wound. The enemy faction is Chaos Space Marines, mate.
Chaos Space Marines.
This Chaos Predator packs again. For once, he actually doesn't kill himself with the packs. So he's alive on 4 wounds, but then he misses every single shot. Because I cloud of flies just for the sake of it, and he rolled everything was a 3. I swear to God, everything was a 3. No sustain, no nothing. So this bloat drone doesn't take any damage. He's like, cool. I guess that's happening. This guy's just hopped down. He just shoots, like, kills a plague marine. He doesn't do anything. So this guy's charging. They melee Typhus. They do. He pops. I think it's like lethal hits or he's sustained with like that AP 1 damage. Typhus takes 3 wounds. Passes every single 3 up. Typhus then swings back, hits twice, wounds once, but it's enough to kill the last bike.
The one carrot.
So Typhus is still alive on 1 wound at this point.
Oh, God. Literally hanging around like a bad smell.
He literally is. So Typhus is on 1 wound. I've pretty much got the middle secured at this point. There's not much you can do to chase it down. In my turn, I've moved this bloat drone up to here. Now these guys are like this. Now if this was teams, I would be an absolute asshole here. I'm move blocking the Hellbrute getting to this objective. I don't want him to score extra points or priority targets. If this was teams, I'd spray the Legionnaires, kill them, and then in their turn when they try and move it, I'd overwatch them and kill them off. The cultists can't reach. It's not. I don't want to be a dick, so I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna move block the Hellbrute, and I'll shoot the cultists for a laugh. The Predator is on its 4 wounds. Who comes a trundling round the corner? It's the Typhus on his 1 wound. I can't remember, Sam, if you overwatched Typhus or not. But all I know is you didn't kill him if you did. Typhus lived on his 1 cheeky wound again. Typhus rolls his mortal wounds at the Predator. He rolls a 2 again. And then he rolls a 4 on the mortal wounds. Precisely what he needed to pick up this Predator. Typhus has been an absolute asshole this game. My Marines just move on to the middle.
What he does. He is an asshole.
Literally. So in this instance, instead of denying the point, I just charge the Hellbrute so it can't fall back and do anything. We're just keeping content here. And then in Sam's last turn, he obviously just moves on to the point to get priority. That's stuck from his cultist, so he's going to get some priority targets. But that's pretty much how that game went. A bit spicy in the rolls. It was in the end, we were just kind of laughing about it, just because Typhus was just an absolute absurdity. Obviously, MVP has to be Typhus because he just should have died so many goddamn times, just didn't. But in the end, we got a 97-76 victory
good game, guys.
on that game there. And overall, obviously got the first place. We actually won it by a single victory point. Second place was 1 VP below me, which is quite fun. And so, really happy with it. It was great fun. It was great practice games. Really enjoying the 5-man squads of Plague Marines. I think there's a lot to be said about them. I know everyone's sort of caught up on the 10-man Plague Marines, but I genuinely think that the 5-mans are doing really good work at the moment. Also, can I just quick shout out to Rory there, getting undefeated in 3rd place with Custodes, the new Custodes. So we've said it before, guys. Just because you booked on a great place, you can still do really well with stuff if you just put the time and effort into learning it and stick it and stay loyal. Because he's a loyal Custode player. He's been playing him for like since edition start.
And could see, like if you look in the general placements list, Blood Angels are not, the best. So post point stuff. That's really good to see them in the 2nd place as well.
Deadlifted, thank you for coming to Plague Marine as well, mate. Massively appreciate the support, man. Again, join the community. Again, if you're enjoying the stream, guys, leave a like as well. Let us know that you like it. But check the community tab on the YouTube page find the Discord link, join in. But I think now, at the end of this event recap, it is time to announce our winner. Have you got the thing ready now? You sent it to me, no worries. Give me 2 seconds, guys. You are going to see something for a second. Is it just on the Facebooky? I just need to quickly just unhide this for a second. That is Dave. I just accidentally unhid. There we go. So, don't want to be seeing all me details now, do you know?
What?
Give me a second. There we go. Thank you. No. That's why I did that.
Just put the names in.
Alright, okay. Have you given me the names?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay, I'm just setting it up, fellas. Give me 1 second.
No worries. No, I was just going to say, I think just while you're doing that, Aiden, big well done on that. I know, obviously, it's Death Guard's your thing anyway, but yeah, really good to see. And the thing I really enjoy about being part of, our community and part of the Discussing Resilient group is, I'm not a traditionally MSU player whatsoever, but like this is getting these kind of downloads and looking at this kind of stuff definitely a way of making me go, I think I probably will put 2 5-mans in with the Plague Bus and certainly give that a try, even though that's not something I'd usually play as.
And thank you for giving me the idea for the Plague Bus. That video you made basically talking about the Playcast made me really look at that a second time, and I've been having an absolute blast with it. Yeah, on the screen now, so we have chosen our winner. Now, multiple people did put the same answer, so we have put them onto the spinny wheel of spinniness. So if you are here, you have the winner's choice was Down with the Sickness. There is a special reason for it, is because I used to work at a Warhammer store, and we got given like a 4-song mixtape to put on loop every day. And one of the songs in that was Down with the Sickness, which obviously is quite a classic, to be fair. So it brings back old memories for me. So these are the 4 people that put that as an answer. We're going to spin the wheel, and whichever one it lands on, you guys are going to be the recipient of the painted Typhus. So best of luck to Evil Sonic 47, Charlie Richardson 8694, Tudlower 7605, and Buggit. So let's spin the wheel. Hype music.
Wheel of Typhus has chosen.
Looks like it's Evil Sonic 47. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Evil Sonic 47, congratulations, you have won the Typhus. I will ping you in the Discord. If you could send us your details, we will make sure that you get that Typhus sent over to you. Congratulations, and thank you for everyone who entered. We do have a couple special shout-outs. We have the one of the fellas who put in the answer for Toxic by Britney Spears. We found that one very funny, which is a really good one.
Favourite.
And then there's also someone trying to prey on my love for my dog, who sent in a song name that the name was called Kirby. The song was called Kirby. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing there. So that was a good one as well. But yeah, congratulations to Mr. Evil Sonic, and we'll get that sent over to you if you contact us. Do be aware, if you are members, there are more giveaways coming up. We do usually have like a monthly sort of like gift voucher giveaway, just like £30 Warhammer, just for you to go get yourself a new model or a new unit. We're trying to get some more things in. I'm thinking of speaking to Baron of Dice and trying to get some cool dice to give away, Dave. And if people like them, maybe then we can like open up to sale for people, because I know people have been wanting some merch for a while. Merch is just a hard topic to sort of deal with, because I don't like taking people's money and then be like responsible for something. I'd rather just
dice are some easy ones, and and they're also nice, and they're good for people to trade at events as well.
Yeah, true. So if people be interested in that, do let us know. But for now, I believe that was quickly go back to here so we could see. It's all a bit messed up now because of the screen. Now it's all done. But yeah, I hope you guys sort of enjoyed this stream with myself and Dave. Probably going to wrap it up. We've gone on for like 2 hours now, and it's getting late, and it is a work night. So we have to go to bed very soon, don't we, Dave? We have to get our beauty sleep for our Death Guard eyes.
Yeah, exactly. We can't make Death Guard content with no beauty sleep. We need ugly sleep.
We do need ugly sleep, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the event recap. Again, feel free to consider leaving a like, a subscribe. We massively appreciate it. It really helps the channel grow, which has been growing incredibly well, like super well. And it's all thanks to the efforts of like Dave and Will as well as myself. I don't mean to like jerk myself off. That's probably the wrong word to say. But,
how about pat yourself on the back?
That was the one I should have probably gone for there, Dave. But sorry, my mouth runs quicker than my brain thinks. I do apologise, guys. But yeah, I'm super happy we have a channel to go in, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I've got another fetid fight phase coming up this week, so some more tricks you can use, especially with Tank Shock this time, for you guys to enjoy. Dave, have you chose your topic for your next Profiles of Decay?
Yeah, I'm going to do cultists, I think.
Ooh, okay.
Just to round off the kind of the smaller group ones, and then I think we're gonna head off in a slightly different direction. But yeah, I definitely think we're gonna go with that one next, and we'll be getting that one up within the next week or so. And I think I mentioned it last time, but yeah, I've told you, Aiden, but yeah, we won't promise anything. But I'm working on our next special guest visitor, which I'm hoping could be a good one. Which
will spoil anything.
No, we'll find out next week if we can pull it off. But if we do, I'm thinking you guys will be really pleased. Like Aiden said, though, you know, we really enjoy doing this, and it's managed to grow super quickly, and that's all down to everyone that's kind of watching, commenting, you know, giving us feedback and watching our videos. So I'm glad we're hopefully giving you something you like, and thank you so much for staying with us.
Yeah, massively appreciate it. So as I said, I'm at another RTT next Tuesday. It's a weird terrain, as me and Dave have seen, so we'll save that for a surprise. But I might take a different list just to sort of have something different to talk about. If you guys would like to see any sort of like different list, leave it in the comment section, or if you're on the Discord, obviously say it in there. I would like to sort of like bring something you guys are interested in seeing. RTTs again, I'll take whatever. I'll take the dumbest shit. I don't care too much for RTTs. It's just a bit fun and it's free games. So yeah, that'll be look forward to. Again, we'll have another event recap after that. I always do an event recap come hell or high water. If I go 1-4, I'll do one. If I go 4-1, I'll do one. If I win the event, I'll do one. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And yeah, do you want to sign off, Mr. Oh wait, Dave. I almost forgot. If I was, for example, I've gone to this event. I went 0-3. I'm having a bad time. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
I just can't seem to get a grasp on this game. And I wish there was a service out there that could provide me a solid grasp on the fundamentals of this game, potentially expanding into higher skill plays and becoming more of a powerful competitive player, but also focusing on the sportsmanship side. This is a very specific thought to have, but I'm making a point.
At the end of a video.
Well, where could I find such a thing, Dave?
Well, you could head over to our friends at Vanguard Tactics, and that's not just because both Aiden and I play for them as a team, or that Aiden is the Death Guard coach for Vanguard Tactics, but because genuinely they are a great bunch of guys that have been just based around the pure principle of sportsmanship and fair play and good play in 40k. So if you want to join up for the Academy, which will be doing a new intake later this year, you can find out about that. If you want to see masterclasses against certain factions, want to know how to do better against them, they've got content for that. They put out free battle reports every week, where you'll find me in the most recent one last week, actually, playing Stephen Box himself. And even in that, if you watch it, not only is it hilarious because the game was just mad, but also you'll see the kind of way that Stephen was like, oh, hang on a second, what actually do this, even though you're going to score more points and it's a detriment to me, or if you do this, this is the way to think about it. That gives up there. That shows the whole ethos of doing it. So head over to Vanguard Tactics. We also do have a referral link we can share.
It's not in this video because it doesn't put it in the screens, but check out any of the other videos on the site.
Check out any other videos that's in there. Really good bunch of guys, and definitely one to check out. And Aiden, if I wanted to kind of, you know, you did some deep striking stuff there. I mean, is there a way that I can, you know, easily find a 9-inch deep strike and where I can put my models, as well as some other useful
what's
tools?
surprising, now you've mentioned it, Dave, there actually is a way you can do it. We actually have a sponsor called Saltire Games who actually sell a disgustingly resilient podcast branded gaming aid set, and you can check them out in the link that isn't on this one because it's a stream and not a video, but any of the other videos you can find it. And if you use promo code NERGLE, you get 10% discount on your order, and you also get a little bit of kickback to the channel, which is used for like future giveaways, etc. like that. So it's massively appreciated, and also you get to rock a really cool gaming set which has our logo on, which I'm very proud of.
Just head over to Etsy, search Saltire Games, and you'll find it.
Yeah, but on that note, I think that is everything for now. So we will sign out for now. So you want to sign out today? Like and subscribe. Did you hear that? Did you hear the sound of that? It sounds like a like and subscribe, doesn't it? Oh.
It did sound like
Yeah,
like and
it
subscribe.
sounds like a like.
But I won't say it again because I think that noise just sounded like it. But yeah, okay, signing off for me. Thanks everybody for staying with us. We had over 100 of you watching during this video.
Yeah.
I personally love doing the live ones, and you know, this was really great to see. So from my side, Aiden, congratulations, great
Thank you.
run. Really good to see your opponents. Great to see your opponents in the chat. To everyone out there,
Very quickly, Sam, I don't know if he's still in chat, but Sam Boardman is on my team. That is coming up for the teams event at the start of next month, and he's going to join me for the recap on that one as well.
amazing.
So we'll have two to the team members, and you can also join Dave if you want to. We can have a cool little back and forth on that one. But yeah, again, there's so much to come forward.
No, it's great. It's great. Yeah, looking forward to getting more content out. Everybody, we'll let you go. Aiden, do you want to sign off?
Yeah. So thank you very much for tuning, everyone. We will catch you on the next one. Stay rotten, guys.